Instead of getting a wife, you can be a wife.
Instead of having your wife, you just not have right. That's what you're saying. Great legacy.
Hey.
Do you like Dungeons and Dragons? Well, we're Dragon Deez Dice. Comedy D&D 5e actual play show where a group of new heroes embark on a vast and deep storyline within a homebrew world brimming with magic and mischief. Sure to have you rolling.
With laughter.
With laughter. Before we get into the episode, we partnered with our pals at Homie the Dude to give you all at home a special 10% discount on their store using code DDDs123. Homie and the Dude are a father-son-led TTRPG creation team that created Sky Zephyrs and are now introducing the Wandering Tavern, an incredible island-sized airship as a D&D setting. In the Wandering Tavern, you'll be able to explore, interact, and tell amazing stories with your friends as you get immersed in this unique and fantastical location inspired by the works of Studio Ghibli. The Wandering Tavern includes a setting overview and lore, battle map that consists of 14 plus cross-sectioned layers, descriptions of key locations, plot hooks, fully stat-blocked NPCs with original artwork, new items, spells, player feats, and 10 plus D&D table recipes from pubs and eateries that exist on the Wandering Tavern. If that's something you want to try, you can grab it today at hatdbuilder.com. And once again, you can get 10% off your order when you use our code DDD123. Thanks for Homie and the Dude for sponsoring this episode, and we hope you check out the Wandering Tavern. It's time for the King's Ball, a masquerade put on to announce the new Lord of the Northern Territory that'll govern from the city of Lupinpine, which also houses a coliseum your group seeks to destroy. However, you can feel the tension within the ethereal capital after yesterday's dragon attack at the harbor. Despite the rain of fire, you all succeeded in getting your transport out of the city in the form of a small caravan. Through the confusion, however, your NPC companion and freedom fighter Eloise vanished, not coming home that night.
She did.
Tensions have also built among you all as your own Asana has reservations about going to this gala, but ultimately decides to power through the anxiety for the good of the group. Your main task, given to you by a cultist thieves guild, is to plant one of 3 trackers on a magic item businessman named Dragon Deez, all the while making sure he leaves the party unscathed. You know this man to also be the father of 2 troubled youths you've had run-ins with before, most notably a student of Balthazar's at the Magic Academy. But what other royalty and people of interest may be attending this party? Only time will tell, as you all await entry from within the castle, large ballroom doors in front of you.
I'm assuming you guys never been to this type of event before, right? Am I safe to assume that?
Yeah. Why? Is it like, oh no, are people gonna like look at us weird?
You've shown the contest of wits and wagers tickets you won to get here to the butlers at the front of the castle. They've let you in. You're in a sort of waiting room here as they confirm everything for you all. You're also all donned in your clothing, made custom for you by a seamstress by the name of Fabule, and you've spent the morning getting ready. It's a little bit later on in the evening now. A lot of work going into prettying yourselves up. Sana is dressed in this ensemble that's similar to her normal attire, but much fancier with a more vibrant green. She has a skirt that's short in the front but drapes down into a dress in the back, garters and a brown corset, white gloves that are dipped black at the end, and a sort of frilly white top with flounce sleeves that leaves her shoulders bare, topped off with styled hair to add some curls, and a completely blank white porcelain mask that has the magical capabilities of a hat of disguise that Sana uses to subtly change her features so her sort of body frame is unrecognizable as her, but not too unrecognizable. Second to Sana as the most uncomfortable in this situation is probably Pebble, as this is the first time in a long time she's out without heavy armor on. This dress has her out of her element, maybe feeling a touch brittle, as without that heavy armor, Pebble actually has the lowest AC of the group at a 10.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck. The paladin with the lowest armor class.
But trying to put that out of your mind for a night of fun, Pebble wears a sparkly lilac dress, a long slit in the leg showing off a hint of stone skin underneath, bit of a puffed balloon sleeve to an otherwise mostly sleek but layered dress. Many dark blue and purple flowers accessorize you, along with gold bands in your hair and around your arms, and a gold medallion that surrounds your holy emblem in the same spot it'd normally be on your chest. The gemstone it's attached to just polished a bit more to give it more of a intentional shine of jewelry. Pebble has a Columbina mask that only covers the area around her eyes, but the material is sculpted to sort of droop down her cheeks to give a melted appearance, maybe even looking like tears coming off her eyes in a way.
You got it.
Then Mherren is looking dapper in this sort of slim fit military style formal suit, torso being fitted sort of an upside down triangle from her pointed shoulders to tucked waist. The fabric is a midnight blue double-breasted button front closure, black silk cummerbund, jetted pockets, white shoulder cords, and a shawl lapel that reveals the classy black on black paisley tie, squared jaw bota style mask, also in this sort of dark blue. Then Shello, with the most unique getup, has almost a suit and dress combined. You can tell this was intentionally made with Shello's brand of uniqueness in mind, as it almost has the appearance of being clumsily stitched together with mismatched patterns and styles. I say almost though, because to break the rules of fashion, you must know the rules of fashion, and oh, does Miss Fabule know them. The suit portion is a classic notched lapel tuxedo that the dress portion goes over like a sash, then draping down into a large ball gown with a bouffant-style skirt to hide the stilts that Shello walks on to be roughly the same height as like Balthazar Sana. White gloves on all four arms, and a black top hat that sits atop a fully sculpted mask that fits almost like a helmet over Shello's head, depicting a waxed wooden puppet-like caricature of a white-skinned human male sticking out a comically large tongue, with a little hole in the center to take the end of a wooden pipe in and out of, a pipe called the Pipe of Smoke Monsters that, when exhaled, can create detailed creatures that last a few minutes. However, per party request, this was retrofitted to blow bubbles to the same effect. Then, lastly, we have Balthazar in a way oversized brown fur-lined robes that make him look snug and maybe even a little too warm. Each layer of cobalt blue fabric has a different intricate design that you could lose your eyes in for hours. Various silver rings adorn his hands, as well as some silver jewelry braided into Balthazar's beard. His mask covers his eyes and resembles an owl made of bronze. Sculpted feathers protrude out of the top, almost like big bushy eyebrows. The owl's beak ends in a point going over Balthazar's nose, and the eyes of the owl are large, circular, bright blue discs, as this mask has the lenses of an Eyes of Charming built into it that have 3 charges in which you can cast Charm Person with. Now, as you all patiently await, you've already been frisked when you first entered the castle, but luckily, a bag of holding pocket was sewn into Pebble's dress that contains your party's entire inventories save the 3 tracking devices that look inconspicuous enough to bring into the party. These are a gold ring and an ivory fountain pen Shello has, and then a pearl brooch that Pebble has. You already hear sort of lively chatter within the room, but you currently await your entry to be accepted and for the doors to open.
Since you guys haven't really, been to an event like this, is it okay if I just take a few moments with each of you and just kind of fix you up and just give you some tips so we don't stick out like a sore thumb?
What do you mean fix us up? Will people look at us weird?
Well, your collar's up.
Oh, I thought it was supposed to be up.
No, just a few last minute details, because I don't want attention drawn to us. I walk over to the balcony over here.
When you first got kindergarten, your mom's fixing up a uniform.
Just straightening things out, getting rid of wrinkles, wiping anything off your shoulders, the crumbs from some bird shit maybe. You ready? You ready for this? As I kind of brush your shoulders a bit.
It should be. I'm hoping the Neves don't recognize me at all.
Combing and brushing his hair, straightening it out, licking my thumb, and then rubbing his his eyebrows to the side.
No.
Is it okay if we continue magic training? Not now, of course, but I had a good dream last night that I was helping the team out with magic and stuff, and I just have a good feeling.
We can definitely study, yes.
kind of hold him like arms straight, like I'm like viewing an object, and just. All right, don't make a fool of yourself. You prepared to go in there, just not make a scene of yourself.
I can make a scene.
No,
It is
like
my job to be the focus, so to speak.
well, today we sort of don't want that.
You wish for me not to play my part?
You're going to be playing your part. Just don't be, center of tension. We need to lay low.
I think I understand you, and
Very
you are
well.
sure I can be me.
Who else can you be? Like
I
other than
can
you?
become this creature which is covering my face.
I want to just like walk past Mherren and then just start quickly walking faster to Pebble.
I'm nervous. Also, this dress I feel exposed.
Well, you look good.
Thank you.
And then I'm gonna do the same thing where I lick my
Blushing a little. Wow.
I want to lick my like thumb, but I'm gonna kind of try scrub something off your more stony skin. You got something there. I always see you in your armor. We gotta get you more clothes.
Oh, well, but my armor's I feel safer in my armor, so.
Well, yeah, but like you need to wash it more.
Uh-oh.
I think we need to have a girls' trip. I want to like walk up to Mherren, and then like Sana's eyes are kind of darting to the side a bit. I'm Owen.
Hi.
Like just straighten out the suit near the bottom. Can you bend over? You're kind of tall.
Sure.
I start combing your hair and straightening it out. You ready?
Ready is an awful strong word. I think we'll manage.
Can you try leading conversations? I worry, Pebble's never been in this situation before, and Shello, I don't think I need to explain myself on Shello.
It's crazy.
I understand. Worst comes to worst, this will make a good exit for your writing, huh?
Yeah. I kind of look away, scratching my cheek.
Like,
Yeah.
wait, which cheek? Like face cheek?
Face cheek, yes.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
Miriam's
just checking.
gonna like
Sometimes you just have it.
she'll like go to ruffle Sana's hair, then realize that they're like supposed to be looking nice and fancy, and then just pat her head instead. I can't wait to read it.
She's nervy.
I'm an amateur.
So? I'd like to read what you have to write.
This is really rough draft. Maybe
That's okay.
maybe a more refined version I'll share with you. But this one is just kind of like pointing, like tapping the diary. This one you can read over my dead body or something. You've never seen this one.
What? That seems a bit dramatic. I mean,
It's this one. This one's more personal. She's gonna kind of like lift up your mask a bit and just kind of like rub any dirt or food from this morning off your face as well. Like, well, maybe. And then she's just gonna kind of like mumble to herself like, God, underbite's hot.
that's wild.
Actually crazy.
That's fucking
God damn.
You hear a
wild.
bit of a rattling of the door as you see some butlers kind of on the other side, slowly opening it, letting you all into the party. And you see many people in masks all standing around some tables along marble floors, a stage in the center that seems meant for some performers. And there's a balcony overhead with a big like statue of an elven deity.
Rats, yeah.
Just taking this all in. Sana's not like She's not really in awe of the surroundings, but she's more looking towards the people. My foot's tapping, and I'm like, okay, and I just go around the corner and start breathing. Like, oh.
A lot of people are busy speaking. They're not really paying mind to the new people walking in, but you are getting a few looks as a younger boy comes barreling towards you all, yelling back to someone in the back of the room. Kind of saying, I've had it here. Why do I have to be grounded and attend these dumb balls? As he tries to rush past you all, kind of bumping into Balthazar and going like, oh, sorry, excuse me, sir.
Can I see who the general direction of where he was yelling at someone?
It would be in the back left of the room. It seemed he was turning his head towards.
Okay.
I just nod down without speaking and move to the side, just to let him pass, I guess.
Good luck in there. Had it with these people. Then he continues walking out and just kind of leaves.
It's a good sign.
I want to do the same.
There's chuckles among some of the other guests here. You kind of overhear a few mimicking his whiny voice.
Mherren's gonna offer her arm to Sana. This is terrifying.
Yeah,
Everything about this is terrifying.
This is not a good environment.
We've been introduced to a formal setting, and suddenly we're in shambles.
Balthazar's gonna walk up to this. I assume servant.
Yeah, there's a servant here carrying just like a plate of glasses of wine. You see some other servants carrying like trays of food, like little finger foods and whatnot.
Balthazar will grab a glass of wine and drink some of it.
One of the people standing near you comes over, grabs one. How do you do, sir?
Not too bad. And yourself?
I'm doing marvelous. I'm sure you'll be much better than not too bad after a few more glasses of wine. Go ahead and take some more.
I was always a spirit person, but I don't mind a nice aged wine every now and then.
Around here somewhere I did see a servant with more harder liquors, but it's all great. To me at least. Stuff this good, it's hard to find where I'm from. They said that was a special recipe using some sort of magic craft. I don't believe they're in attendance today, but I did hear that the Phalens provided the alcohol, and their breweries are just, well, I've only heard of them before today, and it's just something.
I shall keep that in mind, thank you.
He takes a second glass and kind of brings it over to this more feminine-looking person standing by the stage, kind of leaning against it. She's in this dress that's kind of has like a bunch of black feathers and like a crow headpiece, while he's in white mask with many intricate black lines and a very large white kind of rose headpiece and a nice black and white suit with a gold tie. And they seem to be kind of like flirtatiously speaking like quietly amongst themselves over here.
Pebble's also grabbing a glass of wine just to blend in, but you might notice she's not really sipping it or even looking like she wants to sip it much.
Sana grabs one and then she's like goes to like drink it, but her mask is covering her entire face. And then she's about to just lift it up, and then just for the first time she hesitates over drinking the alcohol and then puts it back.
Oh my god, character development. She's not drinking herself to death.
No, it's because she's so fucking terrified of showing her
Not
face.
drinking herself to death. She has to choose between her two most potent character traits, which is, I have to imagine, pretty difficult.
Shella's gonna walk up to this guy down here and just kind of wobble on the stilts for a second.
Like 7 feet tallish, very bulky figure wearing kind of similar to Mherren, where like a military style suit that you can see a lot of accolades of war on with the cords and some medals. And he's just like staring head on with this golden dragon bust that's like on the wall.
Blow some bubbles from my pipe to form the dragon that attacked the city recently.
Yeah, these bubbles kind of float up and form a little miniature dragon flying by and breathing some bubbles out of its mouth. Aww. And kind of looks your way, Shello, and grunts and is like, "You witnessed it."
I'm just gonna nod.
Another one that got away. He turns his head back and continues staring at the bust on the wall.
Oh god, are they gonna make us dance later?
Wait, I don't know how to dance. I'm not a dancer. Are you able to teach me, Sana?
Teach? I don't know if they're even gonna do it today.
Hey, are you okay?
People.
I know a trick that used to help my daughter. Just imagine these people doing the most outrageous things. You see these two over there in front of us?
Like, I lean my body to see around Mherren.
See, one of them is extremely flatulent, but the other one thinks that they keep blaming it on their pet dog. But little do they know, it's actually her who's flatulent.
Looking over,
This
these
is awful.
two are just kind of like giggling, and they seem like they're kind of touching each other's arms and stuff quite a bit.
I'll try that. Thank you.
Okay.
This isn't some kink thing for you, right?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay, thank you though.
How Shello is walking around, it's like those circus clowns that are on really tall stilts, where he kind of
Like, oh
bends
my
down at people.
Is it like
He's, like, the
obvious that
same
he's
height
on
as people.
stilts?
No, it's
He's very uncomfortable, but he's only like 5 feet tall.
Getting closer to some people, just in like this general, like imagine like a triangle, general range, like that direction. Just kind of glance and see who I see.
in front of you guys right now at this table you're standing by is this lady in this sort of cheetah mask with like long black hair. She's sort of just over here alone. It seems there's a few plates of just like, finger foods. There's like escargot, little sandwiches. She's picking at it a little bit, but she's kind of like scanning past you all at the other table across the way, and these two by the stage kind of glaring at them a little bit. Sees you all walk up and straightens herself out. Oh, greetings. Trying some food. Like some?
I'd like to turn to the group as I'm still kind of wobbling around, and use my bubble pipe again to create a very large snake.
Disgusting. Cute trick, though. Are you one of the performers?
I'm just gonna shake my head at her.
Right.
We're so porked.
What do you mean?
No, sorry. I'm just I feel like that's like slightly suspicious.
He likes his party tricks.
Well, I'm not the one for fun and games. I'm here for just specific business,
Isn't everyone here in the end of the day?
That's how these things go, so I'm told. What business are you here on?
We won a contest.
Oh, right. I did hear that there was some more common folks here that want a contest. She picks up one of the food and is kind of slowly trying to leave the conversation.
God damn it. She knows we're peasants now.
I dropped my platinum. Whoops.
She's like, oh yeah, common folk. Haha, yeah. It starts like inching away is what I'm imagining.
Slightly bend down then, to be at face level with her.
Yeah, getting closer, you notice that her arms seem she's a bit of a smaller build, but she seems pretty fit. Her arms are a bit like have some muscle on them and such.
Can I get an idea of how upper class this person is?
Make a insight check.
Nice. 5.
They seem from what you saw them like picking at the food, you get the impression that they haven't been to many of these types of parties.
Okay. We have been traveling quite a bit. Have you been anywhere interesting?
I mostly stay in the deserts.
Oh.
Had to travel here, I guess.
And
Well, you looked at her and didn't think that was a desert, sort of?
I don't know.
where, pray tell, in the desert? I hear there is a place for digging in the desert.
Digging? No, I've never been to the mines there. Why do you ask? You have some sort of connections?
I feel like that would be telling too much for this event.
Right, of course. If you don't want to say, that's fine. My pursuits are more northern anyway, where the sun shines darker.
Can I pick up some of the food that's on the plate?
Yes, help yourself.
I don't have a mouth hole. I'm just holding it.
Squeezing past you all and kind of going this way and talking to these people.
This guy over on the right looks very fancy. Is it like a jester kind of?
Smaller person, probably around, let's say like 5 feet or so, a little bit bigger than that, who's sitting on the couch, kind of lounged back with a goblet of wine in hand. Then a larger, bulkier person, similar body shape to the one by the dragon bust, who's kind of leaning back against a wall, arms crossed. One standing away from the wall, bit of a round figure, large frilly collar, and he has this black hat and sort of black mask with like rosy-ish cheeks and a very long pointed mustache. He has this plain black suit with a larger tailcoats on it, and this man has a glass of wine. He seems to be discussing like some like finance stuff with these people, kind of some kind of boring language you're hearing. And I was kind of sitting back listening.
The outfit of the guy who's like a bigger build, he's not dressed in a military kind of thing like the other guy, right?
The one, leaning back against the wall, it's not really military-ish. It's sort of this costume that gives the impression of a sort of, it's kind of like a tri-point hat with a black feathers, a cape, like Robin Hoodish, kind of maybe even sheriff-looking ensemble. It seems intentionally designed to sort of match the one on the couch, the jingly bell hat that sort of looks like a jester.
How do you do?
The man turns around. Hello, I'm just Gran, enjoying a glass of wine, love talking numbers. How are you?
We are swell tonight. Lucky to be here.
Oh, aren't we all lucky to be on the top?
You got that right.
Sana, we should probably avoid talking about the game show. Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Just like you, I used to have someone I paid to follow me around and whisper sweet nothings in my I missed them. Anyway, as I was saying, I love talking numbers. Maybe you overheard some of them. They are quite large numbers. Probably hard to not over here. We were just actually discussing what sort of places a Crabapple could pop up in, franchise opportunities. Not because I'm asking, but just where people have the taste buds to appreciate a fine Crabapple experience.
Crabapple, really?
Yeah, you know the place.
This guy's totally the CEO
What's your
of Crabapple.
thoughts of Crabapple? May I ask? Just because I have my own, and I'd love to hear yours.
Crabapple, if it's managed to get its place amongst, us at the top, I feel like, they're at the top. So what can I say?
Yes, they are on the top, and it's good
Not
to be
everyone
on the top.
can
as we
get up here.
discussed.
You must be a big fan, huh?
I do quite like dining there. It's good for family, friends, business meetings. Oh, what's your favorite menu item?
What's not my favorite menu item?
Oh, yes, of course. He takes like a big gulp from his wine goblet.
I love the owlbear nuggets.
The nuggets, that's a bit of a, isn't that on the children's menu? Have you not been there since you were little?
No, actually, it's very nostalgic for me. So, I'd love to go another time. Just, so busy recently.
Maybe we should put the nuggets on the adult menu in bigger portions.
Honestly, I think that's a great idea.
We
maybe
add
more...
maybe like 3 extra nuggets, but we could charge double. Oh, this is... Oh, wow.
Can you hear over there? They're talking about Crabapples. You
Sure
ask me,
are.
they're a third-rate restaurant. Not even sure Harry got invited here.
Are you intentionally trying to get him to hear by speaking loudly?
Not necessarily loudly, but like enough for them to even sort of get the eerie sense that someone's talking ill.
Mherren is just going to be looking down at him like, what the fuck are you doing?
Sana's gonna go.
He's looking over there, and then his vision darts back to Pebble, and he's like, so I got distracted. So what is your favorite part of the nuggets, the owl or the bear?
Oh, I like the bear. Adds a nice chewy aspect, you know.
When we combine the owls and the bear in the lab, sometimes the bear gets mixed in more with the portion.
By we, you mean you run operations?
Oh, well, I don't really run the labs that make the owl bears. That's one of the other shareholders. But I actually, no, I mean, we as the collective we really built up Crabapple.
Don't be embarrassed. That is quite an achievement. I always wanted to shake your hand.
He like reaches it out and shakes your hand.
She kind of like grabs it gently with like both hands, like give the impression I'm in awe.
Yes. Some don't see the vision Crabapple hopes to succeed. They just see us as a small dingy food chain, but no, we're the future.
But isn't it quite impolite to talk about business at a fine event like this?
You're right, we can plan something other time. The ones behind me, they're not really interested in putting any crab apples in their domicile. Well, it kind of pats you on the shoulder. I best go talk not business with more patrons. Starts walking off.
So I was gonna be like, oh, that was rough.
What is
I haven't done that in a while.
Pebble's like, oh, what an asshole.
I was fully expecting him to give you guys a coupon.
He gives us an owlbear nugget from his pocket.
He just has a couple spare. He feeds
Wow, if you're such a big fan, I have two just right here.
He goes up to the guys throwing at the dragon bust down there. He goes up to this person. This person's just staring head on at the dragon statue, still doesn't even turn to look at him. But this guy's like, you know it's not the real thing, right? Those poor son of us haven't even killed one of the big ones. And then the big military guy quickly grabs this guy's neck, lifting him like 3 feet off the ground. And the party kind of goes a little bit silent for a minute. And the guy's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I should watch my tongue." And then the guy just kind of drops the person back on his feet and then turns back towards the statue and continues staring at it as this guy just scrambles backwards. And then it goes this way. There's usually some like clinking of glasses and stuff. But then after this ends, everyone just sort of goes back to talking amongst themselves, chatting like this didn't even happen.
Christ almighty.
Mherren's gonna approach these three up top.
Well, one is wearing this like full black cloak that goes all the way down. The only other thing is this this hat and a bota mask, kind of like yours. Person closest to you is wearing this sort of plague doctor outfit, but much more fancier. And then the guy on the right is wearing this skull mask with a red bandana. He has some curly hair and this like also sort of military style suit, but it has this fur coat kind of over the shoulders that kind of goes down and drags along the floor. And you can tell that guy is a little bit more like scruffy and dirtier than these other two people.
Half a polite bow, like arm over chest, Good evening, gentlemen.
The plague doctor is like, "Hello. We were just discussing the many dangers in the world."
Oh, I'm no stranger to danger. That was awful. I didn't mean to rhyme. I really didn't.
The one in the
That
big
just
black
was awful.
cloak is like, "Danger leads to more faith in the common man." Would you agree with that?
I would say so. With a certain level of danger, you become far more connected, so to speak.
Connected to the ones in power that speak on behalf of the gods, of course.
So, you would say that you have power over those who also go in peril's way?
A whole village of the devout depends on me.
Impressive. I've yet to meet someone with as much prowess, shall I say, as you.
The one in the plague doctor mask is like, "You see, we were discussing our differences in regionality. My town is much larger threats come with it."
Danger does differ with the different size of your land and realm.
size does matter.
God damn it. God
That's
fucking
okay.
damn it.
That's not what I meant, but that's what we're going with.
Mherren says size matters.
No, well,
matter,
Mherren's
it
7
doesn't.
foot. Okay.
Disease is rampant in my lands, and only I can cure it.
Oh boy.
The one in the back who hasn't spoken yet, one the skull mask, is kind of grunting at some of the things these people are saying.
That's quite impressive to be able to cure diseases that no one else in your land can. Though, I suppose that does give you quite an advantage.
Don't blame miss. He is yet to cleanse his village.
Ah, I see.
We have yet to cure the disease of the land, but we still manage it. And that is where the power lies, working within the disease of the vermin.
Okay, dude.
I suppose using any natural consequence to your advantage would grant you quite a bit of power.
The one in the back in the skull mask, he's like, these two, they don't know a thing about dealing with hardship in their land. They know nothing of battle, the wounds it causes, plague, and grasping for any signs from the gods. Those are signs of weaknesses that clearly show the faults of governing bodies, in my opinion.
You've earned scars in battle.
More than I can count.
I see. That's good to know. I have earned my fair share of scars, and it has most certainly given me a more powerful hand, should I say.
I do have a held belief that scars make a person.
They do, just as rivers and grooves make the land.
And these two smooth skins wouldn't understand.
Say, you've said that you've earned your fair share of scars in battle. What battles have you taken place in?
Would be faster to count all the ones I haven't been involved in. It is nearly every day down on the front lines.
Ah, I see. I've also held my fair share of battles down south.
You say you deal with not just scars, but dragon fire burns?
I have.
Much more interesting than these two. And they kind of like scoff at this, and then they both just kind of like go off, continuing to talk to each other.
Fuck. Okay. Here we go.
And he kind of steps forward and takes a glass of wine from this table over here and just kind of hands it to you.
Mherren, sort of like getting the look of what everyone else has done and how they don't just like chug wine. Because, she obviously doesn't have much experience with the fancier stuff. So she kind of like gently swirls it around, not actually like going crazy with it. Just like gently moving it. And then just barely props her mask enough to sip, but not enough to actually reveal any of her features.
As you're doing that, taking a more gingerly approach with it, this guy in the skull mask takes his own wine glass and just kind of pours it onto the mask, and it kind of seeps through some holes in the mask where the teeth are.
Whoa.
And then he just tosses the glass under the servant's tray as she's walking by.
Damn.
What a bitch.
And
Not
you
the
notice
servant?
that this
No, not the
servant goes through a back door. There's one on the other side as well. They seem to be servant doors that are kind of hidden in the back. If you've ever been in like a $3 million mansion, you'd know that they have smaller doors to the servants that are kind of well, I live in one, so but anyway.
Okay, buddy.
Okay, pal.
The servant doors in big mansions are like kind of really small, and like you kind of don't notice them when you're just like walking around the room. So they're kind of built to be hidden into like the back, so it's almost like the servants appear, so the servants are kind of out of sight, out of mind to the rich elite.
Good.
It's not something you really notice. You don't really notice people going in and out of these doors unless you're for some reason specifically paying attention to what the servants are doing. Occasionally you'll be surprised by one just appearing out of nowhere, and then you remember that, there's a door back there.
Good to know.
So Pebble, with Sana alongside her, is gonna try and initiate conversation with this person on this couch.
You've met this Neath person, right?
No, I haven't met him.
Will you be able to recognize
Thank you.
if we find the person?
Probably not. That's why I'm trying to figure out how we can.
Okay.
We need to be very careful that we put this on the right person. So, what brings you to this ball? What sort of business are you here for?
Person's head is kind of tilted back, staring up at the ceiling. When you approach and speak to him, he like tilts it forward to look at you as his bells kind of jingle in his hat. Aren't we not supposed to say what brought us here? And he kind of looks up to the bigger person standing next to him, and that person's like, yes, well, I guess we're not really supposed to, but these kind of events, it's kind of their main purpose. I mean, that other man, some of the other guests were able to figure out who you were, sire. What the young lady asked was very forward, but just use your best judgment.
Oh, I assure you, I'm not here to pry. I'm just trying to make conversation.
He looks back over you and then is like, I was just invited. I don't need anything from these people.
Gotcha. You enjoying yourself so far? You seem to be, at least.
It's been a few hours. I'm a little bored, honestly. I have a hard time connecting with these others in the room. What they talk about is so political.
Yeah, I hear you on that. She takes a sip from the wine and, like, hides her grimace and is like, I'll be seeing you around then.
He's like, I mean, it is a big room and could get lost.
I'm walking away.
Would we have maybe overheard that conversation?
Roll a perception check.
Oh no.
You can do it.
I'm trying to work with the team here. I got a dirty 20.
Yeah, you can hear it.
Once Pebble comes over, I'd like to kind of me and Balthazar would be kind of doing the fake miming talking thing that they do as extras in TV.
Yeah, you guys aren't paid to speak, so you have to like talk without actually saying it.
We've just been kind of moving our hands and opening and closing our mouths.
Non-speaking role.
Gang, do we know of an angsty short person in power?
You're gonna have to be more specific.
Are you
I'd
like
like
the
to-
kid in green clay?
Balthazar knows too many kids that are
Oh,
high
sure,
up.
yeah.
I'm gonna turn to Sana and kind of tap the big fake nose that's on my mask.
Lyle? Like, would his voice... So, he's short, and he's angsty. Is his voice at all, like, childish? Like, does he sound like an adult? Or
Make an
would
insight
we...
check.
Okay, cool. How is a 8? God damn it.
Hard to tell from voice alone. I mean, what you do know is that this isn't like an old ass man that's a halfling or something like that. He does seem to be along the younger side, but you don't have enough memory with Lyle to really pinpoint his exact voice.
I guess it's not out of the question that it could be Lyle. The older one, the taller one. What was his name? Harnan something? Harnan Eclair or something?
Dot Clar.
Yeah, something like that.
Possibly.
Did the young man who seemed also angsty, did he seem familiar to you at all?
You mean the one that bumped into me as we...
You were quite
True.
close to him.
Yeah, that I can tell you right now. I know exactly who that is. You can't really ignore that voice.
Oh?
It was Gile.
I see. The young boy.
What you're saying is it's possible the person he was talking to when he ran out is the person we're looking for? Gerard?
Gerard.
I'm not sure who that is, but yes, we are
That's
looking
his
for.
father. Normally I can spot his demeanor, and at the moment I'm not necessarily sensing him in the room. He would be close, though.
Sana, walking up to this person over here with the two women standing next to him. This guy in the middle, he has this big like wooden clock as a mask with little like clock hands that are on like the nose area, and he has like a carving for like eyes and a smile. And you overhear their conversation And he's like, yeah, I'm the Ministry of Time. Basically, I make sure the calendar is right. So you decide when we're in a new era? Like you came up with the name The Age of Abandonment? That's a really cool name. No, the king does all that. I just draw an X on the calendar for each day that passes. Make sure we don't miss any. Oh.
Okay, come on. All right. My, what? And like, kind of hesitant at first, but like, brush his hand against shoulder and kind of down arm. What a fascinating mask you have. Does it actually tell the time?
Yeah, as you go up to him, the hands on his mask start spinning around, making like a...
Yeah, like the whistle, like...
Yeah, like a whistle noise. Oh my, it's 5:30. We get out of here. How about I show you my clocks back at home?
Ew.
You can't this is why I have the full mask, because underneath, Sana's face is like, I'm holding it in, like... what a jokester you are. I appreciate your forthcoming, but I don't tick your way. I kind of am counterclockwise to you.
The hands on his clock face go down to 6 as he puts his head down, kind of droops down, kind of sad. I understand. Not many can get with the times these days.
Oh my god,
That's so
I hate
dumb.
him.
Oh my God.
I hate him so much.
Kill this guy.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Clearly crying. He's like, I just think that maybe there was too much thyme in what I ate. I might be allergic. And he goes off. Crying and then kind of sits on this couch.
Oh.
I'm just like looking at like the group down here, just baffled at what just happened. Just like, and then just kind of. Yeah, we can ignore him.
Mherren, your conversation with this man up here is just kind of, he's chatting with you about stuff like camping on like battlefields and like what soldiers do for fun and like their off time and things such like that. Just kind of like making light chatter about experiences in war.
You and your soldiers often stayed in the wilderness during battle? Didn't retreat to any sort of camp?
I have a camp set up at the edge of the Wyvern depths that we are able to keep the Dragonborn pushed back in their little craters. I mean, plate hold did originate as just a small encampment for the same purpose, but we've slowly made our way further down since then.
That's respectable. Back when I took part in my biggest fights, my biggest battles, we often would stay in the battlefield until another soldier could come around and drag us back to camp to rest.
We would drink around in circles at the camps, much similar to this, but less sophisticated, of course. But just drinking around the fire with your brothers in arms, it makes you feel as close as family. Here, all these people could not be further apart as they try to keep up appearances. Makes me feel out of my element here, but I'm not trying to please anyone with my presence here.
I can relate. I'm not so big on these fancy things, you know. Being on the battlefield is more my expertise.
You say you're not used to this, but you manage to fit the parts well.
I'm curious. Lately, I've heard and seen word and certainly the lights to match of different wizards and witches joining the battles. Have you ever seen such thing?
Well, I shouldn't get started on things arcane, witches and wizards. This whole party is looking for a lord in the north, but what I say is count me out of the running. As I've told you, I'm a homebody. I've never been north of this city even. Yeah, the land up there, it wouldn't suit me. There's nothing arcane about the south. The south is simpler. All you need to know is how to use a sword. There's few times in my life I've seen real magic on display. Anytime I'm called to the capital to attend an extravagant party I've gained through my name, And as you just asked, seeing my own men blown to bits on the battlefield. Funny that, isn't it?
It's certainly never what war used to be. So you're not quite fond of the academy and such, dipping their toes into what I would say is our realm of expertise.
Kind of lowers his voice a bit, and he's like,
See, I like you. No one has the confidence in themselves to really discuss it out in the open, but you seem very knowledgeable on the fact the academy, they had a hand in ending the Civil War. I'd keep much of that talk to yourself around here.
intentionally starts raising his voice.
Wouldn't want that getting out there.
You get some looks from the tables to the left of the room.
Of course. You seem to recognize it as fact.
I know what I saw. People can tell me that I saw it differently, but my eyes don't deceive me.
Good man. Many would bend under the pressure of society insisting that there could be no such thing, despite what many soldiers saw and experienced on that terrible field.
And I've no need to bend knee. I know I'm in a position that they can't easily replace, so maybe I'm more forthcoming than what they would like.
That's the nice part about power, isn't it? You become virtually untouchable.
And the power I've earned is not so easily replicated. The power of little strength. Combat. They can only guide men through political means. They see their people as followers, not family, brothers in arms. The two just now, they're simple mayors of northern territories. They don't know power like we do. We've seen what the Dragonborn are capable. The only death they see is what they cause themselves by not governing their people as well as they should.
Right are you. So, I mean, frankly, I don't have much experience being even this far north. As you've said, you've come to these events. Have you met anyone who seems to have been further north?
You make a charisma check. It's a straight charisma check.
Okay. Please? Huh!
Oh.
21!
Woo!
The point of this little party is to have faces concealed so that the king, his majesty, can unveil the lord, but us two, we're on the same level being soldiers. Those two that we talked to, one was the mayor of Illborough, the other the mayor of Greytown. Other than that, I'm not too sure of the rest of the noble folk here. I know there's a few from the academy, there's a few from further south, a few from the desert, well, probably quite a bit from the desert, knowing the Caecilians.
I see. Well, seeing as you've known where those two hail from, so to speak, would you say, in your experience, that those further up north rely more on their unnatural abilities?
The ones up north, they're more aligned with spells and arcane craft. Ones in the south, magic isn't the thing around Playtold. We have our share of creatures that might be warped by the magic, but I would consider that more natural than taking arcane power and using it for yourself. Southerners know steel and wood, and we kill things that are magical down south. If only we could... Never mind.
I understand the sentiment. You mentioned Platehold. Is that where you hail from?
Yes, where most of the front line's effort against the Dragonborn is managed. We, of course, have help from Draketown and the Crusaders from the capital they're sending, but for years I've done most of the managing of the war efforts from Playtold. Younger soldiers would love to be regaled by stories of magic from those who had been to the north. Some find it hard to believe that magic is even a tangible thing in this world. It's very different down there.
It's very impressive. I'm myself quite familiar with Platehold and its inner workings.
If you're ever in the area, I hope we meet again. However, I best return to my nephew, if you'd excuse me.
Of course. And Mherren bows politely.
Slinks off with kind of bad posture just going by. Pebble and you can kind of overhear a conversation. The one sitting on the couch, the younger sounding one, speaks up.
I worry you engage in treasonous dialogue, uncle.
And he's like,
little jester.
he kind of holds out his hand. You can kind of tell by now that he's clearly like more intoxicated than most other people in the room. He kind of like jingles the bells on his hat.
You do play the fool well. We both know the only reason my head still rests on my shoulder is that I'm needed to control the front line. They won't do a thing to me.
Obviously, it would be harder to tell when I first walked into the room because we were all bunched up in a group. But can Pebble tell if she's getting like a particularly a lot of looks, or like is she getting looked at more than she thinks is usual?
Make a perception check.
Cool. And natural 20.
You are
self-conscious motherfucker.
It's really hard to tell. It seems like most people are more or too enwrapped in their own conversations. They were looking at you when you first entered, but then most people quickly lost interest. However, you do see that in the top left of the room, this person has been looking at this big painting the entire time that you all have been here, not really talking to others. The only time you've really seen him break from just staring at this painting is when he's occasionally glanced over at you.
Oh god. Okay. So it's the guy with the winged looking mask, right?
Yes, and he's just kind of standing appropriate length away from this painting that he's taken like the beauty, kind of scanning it. It seems to be a painting of the elven gods kind of shining light down on the capital. Very fine oil painting mastery going on within it.
This guy's garb, does it look like anything I would have seen from followers of Angarad or Corellin, perhaps?
All you really get from his outfit is that it's a sort of black, brown cloak, and then he has this winged mask. He has a kind of fair white skin, long, darkish brown hair. You do get more of a modest vibe from his outfit than a lot of the other more extravagant outfits. However, there is a sense of class to it despite that.
All right, girls, let's take the top while the boys take the bottom, I guess.
Okay. Boys on bottom, girls on top. Let's go.
That's just a natural order of things.
Girls rule, boys
Sorry?
That's crazy. Lane, that's crazy.
What?
Lane,
Boys
settle down. Oh my god. I want to sort of see what this group off to the left is sort of doing.
As I'm passing by this group of three, can I maybe eavesdrop a little?
Go ahead and do a insight check.
12.
The woman in the cheetah mask is kind of mostly steering the conversation, and she's asking questions that kind of lead you to believe that she's trying to figure out who these two people are. Kind of similar to what you all are doing. But also over at this table, you see people sort of in this conversation here, and then the ones by the couch are kind of in their own little conversation. But the ones at the table you all are going up to, there's a female figure, this royal blue flowing dress with a long leg slit showing semi-tan skin underneath. The fabric of the dress continues up her neck and around her head, kind of a full body dress, but there's a sort of gold lace kind of mask over top this headdress, inlaid with a bunch of sparkling diamonds really showing off. how expensive it is, really. Next to her is a man in a gold mask, bright rubies over the eyes, blue robes, also maybe a little bit more modest, but you can tell they're made of very, very fine luxury silk. As their conversation goes along, you can tell this person is not really talking at all, just kind of watching those that do speak. Person with green skin, she has fangs on the top of her mouth. She has a deep blue and black cocktail dress, flowing black hair that seemed nicely styled at one point, but it's kind of falling in her face and looks sort of messy in places. There's assortments of flowers on a headband over top of that. Her mask being a yellow see-through fabric with some gold chain hanging down that only slightly conceals her fangs. But you tell that this is the least concealed identity of the entire party, because you can very clearly tell that this is Tull's Kislet of Fire and Ethan.
Ooh.
The two other people at this table, one is wearing a black leather mask as well as a black leather dress with a very short skirt to it, very sleek and tight-fitting, that contrasts her pale white skin with some kind of dark black veins that can be made out on her arms and around her body, and she has these purple eyes that kind of dart at you as you walk up. And the other person has a wooden mask that almost looks like this puzzle box. It's very intricate, with pieces of metal coming out to the sides that kind of go into her hair, almost holding it in place as it rises up into a silver bun. And this dress that she's wearing is very dark blue and almost scratchy looking texture. Some of the design gives iconography of like a black rose. I'll go ahead and describe the ones on the a little bit further away as well. Two people over there, they're both wearing white masks. They seem to be dressing in similar garb and in like an intentional way, like they came together. Both their outfits cover their bodies completely. They're speaking quietly with this other person against the wall. A wood painted mask and a black cloak, much less colorful than the counterparts he's speaking to, almost like he's designed to not really stand out. The final person of this lower group here, who's kind of standing off by himself, seems to be more of a younger looking individual based on his frame. He has a hooded robe over this mask designed to look like it's gilded with gold, and it's designed to look like it's chipping intentionally as a sort of grungy pattern. And he has more red robes and this like purple tunic that kind of drag along the ground. He looks like he's standing tall, watching the other groups, kind of listening in on their conversations as he just kind of scans the room for where to go next.
I'll still sit there and sort of listen in on the conversation, sort of get an idea on what they're talking about, I guess.
The lady in the gold mask is speaking. She's like, "Yes, I have a meeting with Lyra, the king's financial advisor, about the whole Colosseum debacle." Leather mask one says, "I hear those who do business with her often come out with black eyes." Puzzle mask woman chuckles at this. And Tull's who's kind of leaning against the table. She's more visibly intoxicated and is like, "It's your fault, you know. I don't know why they bother trying to make it up to you. You didn't want the beast kept on your city any longer and sent it over too early. I mean, no one could have predicted you all uncovering that portal and its magic stretching so far to warp the thing into whatever it became." The one says back, "You know, we're good friends, you and I, but your tongue gets very loose when you've had too many drinks." Then across the table, the one in the sort of puzzle mask says, "Yes, and if you had built the Colosseum in fire like originally planned, it would have all been avoided, right? I hope the knights they sent are at least helping with the portal." Lady in the gold mask says back, "Not sure who you are under that mask, but I guess rumor does spread. They do well enough job guarding it. We've still yet to learn any more of its purpose." Enough of this beratement on me, though. Let's discuss what we're here for in the first place. Who does everyone think the next Lord of Lupin Pine will be? Some of these others kind of joining in on the conversation. Puzzle mask lady looks at Talls and says, "Of the Caecilians, Isil is next in line for their throne, but Nilsul is a young relative of the Cartenjar family line that would make a fine duke, I suppose." Tull's Kislet says, "I hear about him from my own family all the time. How about Dupe?
He certainly jolted himself to a place among noblemen in the last year. He's good at business, and he always speaks wanting to enter politics. He's cozy with the king. Whether he'd make for a good lord, I don't know. Woman in the white mask who just walked up says, "Don't pass up on Nilsul too quickly." And the white masked man she's with says, Now, honey, I hear Sam Hope is here. He essentially runs that Coliseum in Lupin Pine through, well, unofficial means. They say no one else would handle the role of Duke better, and if it is someone else, then they'll have him to deal with. But I do agree with you in that Nilsul could handle a measly gladiatorial manager. He deals with many of the soldiers in Phylon already. Lady in the puzzle mask now kind of tilts her head in a way where you can sort of tell she's dramatically rolling her eyes behind the mask. Then after a moment, she sighs, saying, "There's many mayors of smaller towns here. Really, any of them could be promoted to lord with one of lesser nobility taking their place. The best of them is a hard question. Master Praeton helps lead the Crusaders. I feel he'd be busy for the foreseeable future. The ones in the castle Lich's Finger seem to have no interest in leaving. I doubt they're even present tonight. Catatonia's town of Ilboro is rampant with disease. And there's, well, he's not from noble blood, but that Declare man from Green Clay has proven himself as both a tactician and a leader. The only thing holding him back is that Lyral Blade blood. But surely he'll be of maturity soon. I suppose Silvari may be the best pick, but Greytown is a much quieter place than Lupin Pine." Tulls looks like she's hard in thought. Who's that woman from Mortome Gate? Something with a B. She's blonde. I've had a few drinks with her before. Puzzle Mask continues talking. Britty, I've spoken to her many a time. She has a useful connection with the dwarves to the north that the king would most likely not want to lose. I get the feeling Britty herself feels a responsibility after she took up the job from her father when he passed. I doubt she pines for the role herself. And there's of course Atlani Caecilian's spouses, but really Nilsul, as the popular suggestion, is as good as any. I really don't know.
Balthazar will just nod in agreement.
The more woman looking with the white mask kind of peeks her head around the guy in the gold mask looking at you and is like,
"You there, who would you say would be most likely to be Lord?"
Well, there was talks of getting someone younger. From what I had heard, just bouncing around, the Grimoires do hold a certain power in this area due to the college, so...
The woman in the gold and diamond mask is looking at you as you say this and then turns to the rest of the table and is like, Prim Grimoire has made a name for herself as the most successful head mistress of the school's history. Then the puzzle masked woman across the table says, her daughter could very well be up for the task of Duchess if it is within her interests. Kind of looking over at around the table some of the others' faces. But the woman in the white mask, still leaning over looking at you, Balthazar, says,
"But Nilsul? What of Nilsul?" Nilsul is the son of two in the Caecilian dynasty line, the Mombasa and the Cotton Jaws. While he is not a Caecilian by name, he's within the dynasty, and he's been directly helping Atlani in her duties as Empress, such as taking part in managing of a construction of an entire tunnel under the city.
I would have to see more from Nilsul to sort of determine that.
I'm gonna lean in between these two, put an arm around each of them, and then blow a bubble form of a goblin in front of them.
One in the gold mask kind of like quickly pushes you, looking like she, by body language, a bit disgusted. But Tulls kind of like laughs at this and kind of like brushes your shoulder a bit. And then the one in the gold face mask kind of leans up to Tulls and is like,
"Don't humor him. I know you're going through a lot right now, but this is definitely not the man for you."
Just continuing to stumble around.
All three of us walk by. Can I glance at these three and just kind of see if I notice any familiar clothes that I may have seen before, like emblems, anything of that note?
Nothing you recognize in their costumes, but yeah, go ahead and make an insight check on them.
14.
You get the impression they're kind of watching the crowd of the party very intently. They're not really talking to anyone, mingling like the others have been. They seem to be more on alert and specifically watching people very intently, but the one all the way to the right in sort of a crow mask has a glass of wine, unlike the other two, and he kind of stumbles off the wall.
So slow. The others stand around and talk. I might as well go join, mingle a bit. Maybe I'll gather more worthwhile information.
He begins walking off. The one on the left, who's like bigger, bulkier, sort of grunts at that, but the other one, who's smaller, is just kind of watching you as you walk by, and a little vine comes out their sleeve and kind of moves in a motion that's like brushing you off, kind of telling you to keep going.
Weird. Creepy guy.
He does look interesting.
This might be a bit bold, but sort of squeeze my way through this crowd and then walk up to this guy, stand next to him and be like, sorry, not to interrupt you. You look fairly enthralled, but I couldn't help. I have to look at this painting. It's gorgeous.
Yes, of course. This you're in agreement then that this painting is more interesting than anything else happening at this party.
But of course, nothing could be better than seeing such a gorgeous rendition of...
I trust your studies are going well then?
That's so scary. Of course. It appears you clocked me off the bat.
I don't know too many of the Engard Church with stone skin such as yourself.
She was trying to act very confident going into this, just kind of like jumping in and making conversation, but she sort of falters at this. She says, of course. I hate to say it, but I can't say I recognize you.
Who do you think I am?
Be so for real. God damn. Do I get any, like, can you give me anything if I make like an insight check? Okay.
I have an idea on who this might be.
7.
To cut up on him knowing who you are, that you're kind of taken aback.
Fuck.
Since you're here, take my hands and let us pray.
Peanut, I swear to fucking God.
Can I have everyone else deafen for a bit? I just need Sky right now. You two sort of hold hands here for a moment, just in silence. He seems to be thinking prayers in his own mind. And he says, without looking up at you, still head down, eyes closed,
I can feel that you are lost.
I have to say, I don't feel lost. I mean, we've been traveling a lot. That isn't easy, but...
I'm just getting this sense you do not walk your next steps with confidence.
I'm restless, I suppose, but...
Of course, and is this due to current events, past events, or maybe this path you've yet to walk?
Truthfully, it's the future ahead. I don't know what's in store for me, but I feel like there's something greater that I'm needed for.
If you accept what is, and let go of what was, you can have faith in what will be. Something is still holding you back from your past for these future steps ahead, weighing you down. You hear a greater calling, but you can't reach it. I mean, I could help.
So, how do I begin? If one's dependent on the other, that is.
Your paladin oath is the through line to the past, present, and future of your faith. Through that, maybe you can find reasoning within your greater calling. The goddess guides you, but faith is something you must find yourself.
Of course, especially in this era, it can be hard to go solely off of what you think is right, what you believe your god would want.
Yes, the gods did abandon us and their words with them. However, some truth may be learned. There do exist, in ancient texts, slabs of stone in the Obelisk Mountains. If your following of Angar is true, then maybe it would lead you to finding these texts that may be able to further guide your own belief, as well as that of the church.
I can only hope. But I don't know if I'm ready for that.
He holds your hand a little bit tighter.
I know. I know you are ready.
If you travel to the Obelisk Mountains and locate the altar of the elders, you will find the elder texts and you will bring them to me alone. I believe this is the path Angar wants you to walk. These texts will help her message reach those in the continent.
I need to think on this. I'm not ready now, but...
Yo, I know you are ready now. I believe in you. You just have to believe in yourself.
And why should I trust you in that?
Child.
She's going to let go of his hand.
He doesn't let go of your hands. He says, Tell no one the purpose of your passage. As a paladin of Angar, this is what Angar wishes of you. So, you should slaughter anyone that would get in your god's way.
Whoa, sorry. Wow. After he says that, she sort of like clenches her jaw and her grip on this guy's hand tightens a little. I suppose you're probably right.
I see you still travel with your little group you found yourself in. These other people, they're godless.
Just because they're godless doesn't mean they're worth less than you or I.
Listen to me, you desolate fucking insect. You feel the pain of his nail stab into your hand as he holds tighter. You feel the warmth of blood begin pouring from the cut. Glancing up, the room is red and bubbly. It looks like everything is frozen as his words begin to echo in your mind as the only thing you can hold on to right now. It's the only thing that makes sense. It's like he's in your mind and you can't fight it. Once again, you will travel to the Obelisk Mountains. You will locate the altar of the elders. You will find the elder text and you will bring it to me. Tell no one of the purpose of your passage. Slaughter any that would get in your way, even your friends. Slaughter them the worst. Now, when I drop your hands, you will go back to normal. You will forget we had this conversation. You will finish a prayer, smile, and go on your way.
She just weakly nods.
Good, my child.
I just shat myself.
As he drops your hands, you see there's no blood. The lively chatter of the ballroom begins flooding back into your head. You're a little bit dazed, but you find nothing strange has happened. To you, all you did was say a prayer, but deep within your mind is a thought implanted to follow his wishes. And the rest of you, now looking over at Pebble, they finished up a prayer and they let go of each other's hands, and Pebble turns to walk towards you all. But the man stops, kind of softly grabbing Pebble's forearm and turning her back towards him and licks his thumb. So I noticed you had a little smudge here. Wipes a bit of dried blood off your hand. So Pebble, with that mark on, you're no longer vulnerable to radiant damage.
She's like, thank you. Have a nice time at the party.
Same to you, and try to keep your hands clean.
Walks back.
The door slams open, and walking out is a man in this carved wood to make himself look like a fatter man with like wine vineyard vines around the head and a hole for the mouth. He's around like 4 feet tall and kind of waddles out of the room and is like, "All right, everyone, the party's here."
At long last.
Who's got the booze? The guy in the wolf mask kind of hands over a glass of wine.
Good of you to join us.
Then also coming from the back there, the door opens again, and walking out is a man in this very white suit and a moon mask that kind of walks up, and then this woman with like purple hair, elf ears, goes up to him. They kind of do a small hug at the waist, and it looks like he tilts his head to sort of whisper something in her ear, and then they separate. She goes back to talking to these people, and he starts walking through the party, looking at all the individuals in the room.
The fucking McDonald's mascot.
Pebble murmurs to Sana's like, that guy seems fun.
Which one?
The guy who just walked out yelling about booze.
The guy in the moon mask meets up with the Crabapple guy, walks up to him and just plainly says,
Are you rich heathens? Majority owner of Crabapple? I love your work.
and then this guy's like,
Oh, why yes. How could you tell so fast? You know, it was my idea to put the painted portraits up in all the establishments of that one fake guy who we say owns the place. I mean, it really gives the brand a face. Yes, those will be taken down shortly. Excuse me? I'm sorry you had to find out this way. I bought out a few of the board stocks, so I suppose you're no longer majority owner. You can consider this a hostile takeover, and you can leave the party now.
This guy's like, oh. Kind of steps back and just kind of runs out of the room.
Oh,
poor guy.
I wanted to do a joke with that guy.
Does this mean my coupons don't work anymore?
So true, Balthazar.
Turns around, kind of giving like a little bit of a wave to some people around the room, and then goes around speaking.
Hello, and you are?
You hear more waltzy music start playing, and some people take to the in front of this stage area and begin kind of dancing. She's like, oh, interesting. Would you care to dance?
Points at my chest. Me?
Yes, music. This happened to come on when you approached me. It must be a sign. She kind of takes your hand and begins leading you over to the dance floor.
I just look at Pebble and Mherren while I get pulled away. He's like, what?
He's a baddie, embrace it!
Oh no.
Balthazar, tallest Kislet, goes up to you. You don't look like much of a dancer. Would you care to make an exception? She kind of holds out her hand to you.
I've had my moments. It's definitely been a while.
Oh, that's so cute.
Balthazar sort of agrees with her gesture and takes her hand.
Mherren, I don't know how to dance, and I'm really scared that someone's gonna ask me. I just watched Sonic get ambushed by a baddie. I don't know what to do.
I don't know how to help. I am good with blades, not movement. We seem to be in the clear.
Okay.
Balthazar, go ahead and make a performance check.
11.
You're kind of stepping on this lady's toes, but she doesn't really seem to notice. You can tell that she's probably the drunkest here. Getting her face very close to yours and kind of giggling in your ear. Sonic, can you go ahead and make a performance check?
12.
You're not doing as bad, quite as bad as Balthazar. However, this person seems to care more, and she's kind of scoffing at you messing up a few of the moves as you kind of waltz around.
I'm sorry, you just caught me off guard with all this. Just sort of took me out of it.
Yes, very well. So tell me about yourself.
I was born here, but I've been out of the city for quite some time.
Don't be nervous, though. Don't take anything by this. I am a married woman.
I wasn't going to take anything by it. No offense.
Would Balthazar be able to hear this from where he is with the music and everything?
Make a perception check.
15.
Yeah, you can hear a bit of it. It's a little bit drowned out from the music, so you kind of have to take your attention away from the person you're dancing with.
After sort of hearing or overhearing this, use my telepathy with Sana. Try and get a bit more information.
Balthazar, you're very obviously trying to focus on the conversation over here and this person you're dancing with. We're not really listening to her, so you just kind of hear words every once in a while. She seems to be talking about someone else. You kind of hear through listening to both conversations at once.
Zusul desecrated. He was a good dancer.
Then your focus on the other two drops as you feel her head land on your shoulder, and it sounds like she's sobbing, your shoulder getting kind of wet, tears seeping through. You just hear her kind of mumble,
I'll get the ones that disrupted his tomb.
and you two stay like that for an awkward moment, kind of wobbling back and forth. Lifts up her head, looks you just dead in the face. You're beginning to bore me. And lets go of you and goes over and she starts trying to dance with the guy in the golden mask, but he's just kind of standing there completely still as she's like taking his hands and is kind of dancing by herself.
No one wants this baddie. It's terrible.
I have a feeling of who it can be, but I don't
He's not
know.
that much of a baddie. I'm gonna be real with you,
Nah,
Scale.
she's
You got low
I'm
taste.
gonna be real.
Your taste is kind of just women, and that is
Yeah,
all
literally just
requirement.
You know what?
women.
You know what? And that's a beautiful thing about me. I see the
No, it's
beauty in
not.
everyone.
Oh, why not indulge me in what your husband does? I'm sure it'd be something quite to brag about if you're so high up.
Yes, but where do I even begin? He has his toes dipped in so many things.
He's perhaps the most powerful man that does not have the title of a lord.
Go ahead and make a charisma check.
Yo, you gotta do a Riz check.
Shut the fuck
Mine
up.
is two,
Shut up,
guys.
Monty.
I really hate what you say sometimes.
That's a 10.
It seems like she's about to continue, but then it's kind of broken by the doors above opening to the right. Out walks first a servant with more like wine and kind of just walking around, but then a person in sort of a white and gold mask, pointy ears, kind of dusk colored skin, and like nice red velvet, kind of walks out kind of backwards a bit, motioning her hands. From there, this woman walks out in a bit of a fancy dress, decently enough attractive, and she has a unibrow.
No mask?
No mask. Walks out, and this guy in the wolf mask on the dance floor giggles to himself, and he's like, "Oh, how hideous, a unibrow." And then this
Hey.
person in the mask leading this person out is like, "Everyone, welcome to the show, the exploits of Lowbrow Lois, as presented by OK Bartleby."
Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh.
And she kind of just walks through
Interesting.
waving. Then after her is this other guy that walks out, and he has this like hula hoop. He's like spinning as he walks out, and some of the people in the room kind of cheer and clap at this, as well as Tinnitus the Ringer. And this guy's like, "What'd you say?"
Oh my god.
The final two that we have from Bottleby's show. Firstly, the Armpit.
What the fuck?
And
Fucking what?
walking out is this hulking man. He's like 7 feet tall, very, very large arms. And he walks out dragging this like halfling behind him with like a black eye. And he's accompanied by... And then the guy interrupts her. "I'm the Armpit, strongest arm north of capital. This the Armpit, weakest arm north of capital."
Oh, they're both the armpit.
Left
Why are they-
and right armpit.
Why are they both the armpit?
And then the person in the mask is like, "Yes, the Armpit," and she's like reading a note she has. "The Armpit is what it says. Enjoy, everyone. We also have a dancer."
What?
And walking out is this person like a belly dancer outfit that kind of goes onto the stage and is just kind of performing. The doors close, and these people kind of go up to the dance floor, kind of like walking around.
I'm still confused on these names. It's the armpit and the armpit?
The Ormpit.
Orm.
The Armpit and the Ormpit.
Ormpit. Like worm?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to stop myself from laughing.
It's okay.
In this sort of moment of commotion, sort of see if I can get sort of closer to some people. Both of us gonna turn to Mherren and hold out his hand if she wants to dance.
Aw.
Mherren hesitates a bit, but gives him her hand. I don't know how to dance.
Did you not see me out there? I'm pretty helpless myself.
Good point.
Oh, crazy.
Hey, she's,
Yeah, not gonna lie to him.
This lady with a mask, Pebble, you over here is like walking around, and she's like, "Where did I leave my book?"
These performers from the OK Bottle B, they are quite the show.
Ah, yes, they are. Then you overhear this guy in the wolf mask say to the guy that's hula hooping, "That's very good. How do you able to maintain that for so long?" And the guy's like, "What?"
Oh my god. That's so stupid.
I was wondering, do you know if the OK Bottleby himself is present?
Oh no, Bottleby is not here. He sent these ones. Then you can overhear this woman with like the puzzle mask say as these two walk by, "I always hated these performers. Bottleby's show has really gone downhill ever since the ant left as a star attraction."
Oh, good heavens.
I was hoping to perhaps meet with OK Bottleby after seeing the caravan.
Oh well, if you'd like to meet with Bottleby, I'm sure we can arrange something. If you just want to talk, rubs her fingers together. She's like, "Gold,
Me give.
Sorry, I was about to speak like a gorilla.
Me give gold.
Me
You
give orange. Give orange me.
You wish for me to pay you?
Well,
Or
not
to
right
pay
now.
Bottleby.
We yes, don't pay the capital. No, we can meet about this some other time. I'm not asking for like a bribe or anything. Just we can discuss the rates and all that. After the king comes out and announces the new lord, we're welcome to take off our masks, and the party should continue for a little bit.
I do not know who that is.
It's very fun.
No.
Pebble, you hear next to you this big man is going over to kind of arm wrestle with the guy in the moon mask, just kind of like jokingly, but it seems like everyone's like a few people like lining up to like arm wrestle with him as he just like easily beats each one of them just as like a joke, and they're like laughing amongst themselves. But
low-key, I want to try.
Pebble, this halfling, as he's distracted, says to you, "Please help me. This man said I looked weak and abducted me from my home and hasn't let go of my hands since. I don't know how long it's been. I can't feel my bones."
How do I help?
That one there, the one in the mask, the person you're with is talking to. They gotta speak to Bottleby for me. There's pain. There was pain, but now it's gone. I feel no pain in my hand. I don't even know if the blood vessels are still attached.
Oh, okay. I'll see what I can do.
Oh, is this like if you beat him in an arm wrestling, you get the short guy type of situation because you're now the strongest arm in the world?
Hey, Cello? We
Yes.
Did you just call the person Shello?
Fuck, sorry. Fuck. Oh, fuck. It's
Hello
probably...
to you too.
No, what? I was just saying hello.
I
don't know.
Make a deception check, Pebble.
Oh, fuck.
You just fuck
You're
off.
right, we need code names. We got Mare Bear and Bath Salts.
That's a deception. Okay.
So,
That was a 14.
He's like, "Oh, I thought you said someone I used to know. I was a bit of a late addition to the troupe, but I thought you said Shello. That person could definitely help me out of this."
Can I blow my bubble pipe
But
to
of course.
create a very strong looking ant man as opposed to a small ant boy?
Yeah, you do that, and the person points to it and is like, "Shello, actually, he looks just like that, except weaker. Have you seen him?"
Shit. She's sort of flustered. I mean, yes, I've seen him before. I've heard of him.
if we can arrange a meeting, perhaps after the party.
Oh, yes, we can certainly work something out. I just need to find my book. It's a bit of a scripture, holy book, but I keep my notes in it for meetings and such, so once I just find that, I can jot you down.
Perhaps this, on this lovely seat. What is this?
Oh yeah, you pick up that book, it's laying face down, you pick it up, and it's a scripture book. It has like verses of prayers and such. There's a bunch of sketches of Pebble in between the scriptures and over them. And then sliding out of it is a bit of a note guest list.
I will take the guest list. I'll also take the book and put it in my handy dandy pockets, which I have very few of in this dress, and hand the guests list back to the masked person.
I could not find your literature, though I did seem to find a slip of a slippery piece of paper.
Can you make a sleight of hand check?
Yeah, sure.
12. Very well. Thank you for the guest list. Since you're doing me a favor, could you grab me a glass of wine from the pitcher over there, just ring behind you?
From the painting, you say?
Yes, over there.
Very well. I will make my way over to the painting.
Pebble, you see as Shello turns around, she lifts the book out of his pocket and then walks off.
Nice move.
Your friend there, does he know Shello?
I don't know. I probably, it's possible. I feel like, I mean, I don't know.
He's gonna get a meeting with Bartleby. This is my chance.
I think he might have met him. He has contact with him.
Perfect. I need you to get your friend and have him pass on a message to Bartleby in this meeting. I have a plan to get out of this man's grasp. See, listen, I've never told anyone this, but I've seen people use magic and stuff like that. I've seen people at the show have fantastic tricks that they can do, but I can do something similar, something greater. See, I'm gifted. Funny, saying it now sounds weird coming out of my mouth. Finally admitting it.
Yeah, a little. What sort of gift do you have?
Using my mind, I can activate a certain ability that it strengthens me.
It's strengthens
I first
you
realized this strange ability when I was a wee bit a child. I believe something deep within me unlocked as I became a teenager. You see, all I have to do is think of an attractive woman and an appendage of mine elongates and hardens.
Oh,
Do not tell anyone.
I
Magic.
am going to go drink some, if you don't mind.
No, where are you going? Where are you going? This man like lifts this guy up and he's like, the Ormpit weak. And just kind of like slams him against the marble multiple times. These guys like, ow, ow, ow.
You know what? I wanted to help him. I'm not dealing with that. I just refuse.
I don't know
I don't know
why
what you're talking
you're
about. This is
upset
magic.
about that. If it's a
should be
magical ability,
impressed.
we could be able to use that.
Yeah.
Guys,
Magical Viagra.
I hate to say it.
Leviosa.
What is this spell you speak of?
I would like to also
ate
pick up
crap.
the. I assume this is the jug of wine in front of me.
Hey, where are you taking that?
Asked me to find a pitcher, and I'm not sure
That's
if it's
not a
this
picture, that's
or
my
the one on the
drinking
wall.
glass.
I'm very sorry, though I believe I must return post haste. They seem to have disappeared from my view.
Whatever, I can get wine from some other servant.
And
That one does have a lot of my spit in it, though.
That I'm sure this will
Yum.
add to the flavors.
I know, it'll take me forever to marinate another one.
The guy over there, the one who's getting slammed into the floor over and over.
Yes, the armpit.
Yeah, the Ormpit. He wants your help.
The armpit.
The Ormpit. Yeah, he wants your help.
I daren't get in the way of the armpit.
I had the intention of challenging the Armpit to an arm wrestling duel, but now that I have been told about this man's appendage, I suddenly don't want to go anywhere near him.
I don't know why.
It's a natural process, man.
Exactly.
Okay, I know, but he doesn't have to tell the first random woman he meets about his appendage. Gonna
Well,
say
he
it.
doesn't know. He doesn't
Hot
know it's a
take.
sex thing.
Oh no, I know.
He doesn't
but-
understand. Okay.
I'm well aware. It doesn't change the fact that I don't want to talk to him, or be around
Sure.
him, or even like look at him.
Sana, the man in the moon mask, goes up to you.
Excuse me, madam. May I have the next dance with this young woman?
And the lady you're dancing with kind of laughs a bit.
By all means. And then like I kind of like lead her hand to his hand. And if I may ask, and you are?
Just a man celebrating the splendors of life.
Mherren and Balthazar, you over, or actually both of you make perception checks individually.
Too bad, 19.
That's good. Click on a 5.
No.
Uh,
Fuck, dude, you
Mherren,
suck.
you they're dancing heads kind of close to each other, and you overhear a bit of them speaking.
Have you managed to speak with Dupe to get more of your products in the Colosseum? Dupe is preoccupied with his wine. He said he had a whole pitcher of it he was drinking of. It's probably best to meet with him after this, maybe days after this, depending on the hangover a grung can get.
I suppose after a bit longer, Mherren's kind of gonna call it quits on the dancing. She's got 2 left feet.
Balthazar will, of curtsy, to sort of act as for finishing the dance.
You're doing
Mherren will
curtsy.
chuckle and play along, and she's gonna bow. Actually,
traditionally, 2 people.
No, Balthazar's gonna curtsy. Mherren's gonna
Yeah.
bow.
Exactly, mixing it up.
I mean,
Never let
come
them
on,
know-
you can't
never
look
let
at
them know your
them
next
two and
move.
think that Mherren wasn't playing the gentleman's part in the dance.
Exactly.
Oh
Like,
no,
You were-
absolutely. Balthazar's a
definitely
little bottom
leading.
bitch boy, and I love him.
That's not what we're
Balthazar
saying.
is like a whole 2.5 feet shorter than her. I don't have a choice.
I think I have a suspicion of who Gerard is.
Mherren's kind of got like arms crossed. She doesn't seem upset. Like her demeanor isn't upset, but she's got her arms crossed. You know, just she looks down at Sana and is just, how was it?
That was what?
The dance.
Oh, she's kind of a bitch.
Oh, good.
That's
Good to
crazy.
know. Did you guys talk about anything?
She talked about how she's like really rich. She
Yeah.
wouldn't reveal much more about anything about who they were, though.
We should meet up with the others.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You just seem a bit touchy.
I'm fine. Just I'm not comfortable in these sorts of places. Is all.
We'll have to teach you to dance someday, though.
You guys, real
Be
quick,
my guest.
over here, the man in the moon mask and the woman in the puzzle mask speaking. You hear him go up to her.
Your daughter's dancing with one of those concubines. Yes, I see that. I'm sure she has plans for that one after the party.
And he's like,
Women like that can only sleep their way into power, no better than the ones in the corners of Strayside. Well, at least they have the dignity to be paid for it. If your daughter learns anything, I could surely use it for my own R&D.
very well. Good day to you now.
That angered me severely.
Yeah, I feel like I want to scream.
And then as he's walking back to the dance floor, the drunken Tulls tries to dance with him, and he kind of like pushes her to the side and is like,
Oh.
Leave me be.
Crazy.
I feel so bad for her.
and this woman with the mask who's standing on the wall sees that and kind of takes her hand and just sort of out of a bit of make her feel better, kind of immediately just kind of starts dancing with her.
So, any luck finding,
None yet. There's suspicious people for sure, but I genuinely have nothing. I'm starting to get worried.
I've just found out other information that could help us down the line when we head north, but that's all.
The only thing I'm confident on is that that jester has to be Lyle.
Well, shall we keep mingling and finding out, or do we wait for when the masks are off to make our
You hear
move?
clinking as the music then stops. Clinking of glasses.
Speak of the devil.
You hear from the above balcony.
All be at attention for the honorable sovereign of the great Deezland nation, one chosen by Krellin to rule as voice of the elves, bringer of peace to the land, vanquisher of dragon horde, architect of the ethereal city, proprietor of the Braywood, first be his name, supreme king, Zadaric Ainair the Arisen.
Jesus.
Anna shoots her head upwards and her body sort of tense.
Everyone
and
in
then
the
she
room
clenches her fists.
immediately bows up at the balcony, just kind of getting on one knee.
It's probably doing the same.
Mherren's not quite gonna do the same, but like do the general motion that would make it look like she did, you know?
Pebble
and she's
does.
gonna also, clearly noticing Sana's tenseness, is gonna just put a hand on her arm.
Shello is continuing to pretend to have a fake conversation, like a TV extra, with someone on the table with him.
Shello sticks out
But no
like a
one's there.
very sore thumb, not bowing at all.
His thumbs are sore.
As this man in a hooded robe, golden jewelry, a just golden mask that covers the top half of his face, showing a gray flowing beard, walks out onto this balcony, the giant statue of Corellin looming over him as he looks amongst the crowd, a glass of wine in hand.
You may all rise.
As everyone then starts to stand up.
Nice.
As you all know, you are gathered here because one of you will oversee the Northern Duchy as the Duke or Duchess of the Lupinpine estate. Among you, the most powerful proponents of the realm's safety and power. Green clay that holds the dragonborn burrowed into the Wyvern depths at bay. Our first line of defense on the continent. The Caecilians, rulers of the Sun's Peak Desert, a house that is both wise and vigorous, purveyors of knowledge with great export that helps our continent greatly. Also among you, wizards from the Afterglow Academy, the forefront in magical understanding. And a princess of Queen's Nest is here, the first to travel out of the darkness and into the light and ages. And we have the Mordome Gate Warden, responsible for the protection of our chief import from the north and our line of contact to the isolated dwarves, and of course the highest in class and riches in all the realm are here in attendance, from businessman to bureaucrat. But Lord of Lupinpine is a special task. North Deezland is the most untamed and dangerous of the continent. The city of monsters named Gorgonhead, the abandoned citadel of Reinza Isla, the cruel tales of the undivided lands. The pure essence of magic weaves through the air since the Lumen events and the days of the Mage's War, perhaps even since creation, with the Obelisk Mountains and their high concentration of magic. The one with the title of Lord here will be the main purveyor of all things magic. You will also be entered into the forefront of our Colosseum initiative. The arenas have brought the most profit to the capital we have ever seen, with their endless entertainment for the masses, bidding on would-be heroes. The citizens of our proud nation are invigorated. They watch fighters they both hate and love cross swords, a marvelous thing, feeling sympathy for the misfortunes of others, but displayed as entertainment. We have Dupe, of course, to thank for the pits of pity. He raises his glass, as do a lot of the others in attendance and drink. He claims the idea came to him after saving some simple small town, and the enjoyment and celebration found the fighting for their sorrowful lives there. And though only one of you will be named the Duke or Duchess, we are ever grateful for all your contributions to this Pit of Pity project. The Lupin Pine Coliseum requires great resources to run. The vicious, magical beast kept there to fight is a monumental burden of itself. Of all the pits, it is the most difficult to upkeep, the most precarious of them all. Same goes for the governing of the Northern Territory. The previous Duke, the last living of House Akon, abruptly stepped down and retreated into the woods outside of the city. The Portent's Forest is said to be a sinister place. Stories told of the lands themselves being supernatural, the way they warp those that walk its earth. The Northern Tetrarch must be, above all, resilient in the face of corruption. And that is why, without further ado, the next Lord of Lupin Pine. He takes a long sip of wine before saying, Gerard Neath.
Oh god fucking damn it.
The man in the white suit and moon mask slowly removes his mask, revealing a middle-aged human man, slicked black hair with a gray streak on the side and a chin-strap beard. This is Gerard Neath.
Chat, I was on the money. I knew it.
I had a feeling, but I was like, I don't know how obvious it is.
I couldn't be sure.
I fucking knew it.
I want to kill him.
Fine. He kind of fine.
Don't kill him.
From the balcony.
Not yet, but eventually.
As the king is sort of talking, Sana is just staring daggers through him and just like clenching her fists that her nails are digging into the palm of her hand, drawing blood.
Okay, Mherren sort of like moves her hand from Sana's like bicep down to her hand and tries to basically get her to stop digging her nails into her palm and it like holding her hand, trying to hold her hand to stop herself.
From the balcony, you hear a clink of the king's goblet onto a metal tray a server holds out. The king then turns and walks out without a further word. However, the room is full of chatter. Many people are looking around with shocked, some like annoyed expressions. But then you see Gerard Neath immediately at the king's exit himself, just hurriedly begins walking to the back of the room.
Just as he tries to pass me, I'd like to ask him for an autograph because I'm a very big fan of his work and I'm very...
Okay, make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Okay. Ooh. Persuasion. Well, that sucks. That sucks more.
Oh no.
You hold out the napkin that's next to you. You don't have a piece of paper on you. And he just, you kind of get in the way and he just kind of like pushes you over and you fall off the stilts. The stilts kind of like breaking in half and just keeps walking by.
Oh my god, he hurt my boy.
Does, can I use telepathy in that moment to Balthazar to say...
We need to get one of the items which we were given onto that man before he leaves, and he's leaving right now.
He's just going out this door. You see stairs on the other side. However, you also, in this quick moment, you also saw that he had a bit of a smirk on his face as he's leaving. You also see the dancer on the stage quickly jumps down and then goes out the door to the right in a very hurriedly way, very suspicious. And you overhear conversation immediately next to you. This person in the gold sort of pharaoh-looking mask says, Kerig Tash. And then the person, the white mask with feathery hat, says, I know. And Lil, do what you did, Zusul. Then the person in the wooden grungily painted mask says,
Yes, brother.
and then quickly goes past you all, kind of sliding across the ground out the door after this person.
We need to follow now.
I'd like to approach the wife. I'm trying to think of a way that I could even just like drop the fountain pen into their pocket or like the ring.
Shello, we need to get him now. This is our only chance.
Well, as a backup, I can try and slip the ring of tracking onto her.
The one that you already had, not the one given to you.
Yeah, just our own one as a backup, because I have to come up with something for the Manus Noctis one.
Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
16.
She's kind of distracted with someone. She's holding this little handbag purse, and you just kind of like toss it in there. And it's almost like she almost notices, but then just thinks that you like bumped into her and then goes back to talking. So she almost noticed, but seems like you're good for right now.
Thank God. Well, are we making a chase of some sort?
More or less. Because while everyone's distracted, could we try to slip in?
Oh, everyone's distracted. No one seems to be paying much mind to the doors in the back.
Perfect.
Knowing this place, would I have an idea on where they may have gone?
You'd be fairly certain they're going to the room that is like to your left right now, because you know that the way completely forward goes to some area that's not really of much importance.
Perhaps, gang, we should gather some equipment.
Oh, Shart. Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Didn't we get all our stuff in the bag of holding?
Yeah.
It's on Pebble's person.
Yeah.
Well,
How
I just
long-
needed to think.
Hey, Peanut, how long roughly would it take for me to give the party their shit from my bag of holding?
It'd probably take you like a minute just to give like weapons. Armor,
What
however,
about
will be
armor?
like 10 minutes.
We have no
Fuck.
time for armor. Just give the weapons.
Okay, I'll hand everyone their armor or their weapons. I mean,
Do the exact opposite. No one
Yeah.
has
Yeah.
armor.
So you guys
Yeah.
can just re-equip your weapons, but you don't have anything else.
I got my fists.
I at least have 12 armor class instead of 10 now.
We should hope we don't have to use these to begin with. Would I know I could just walk right into this, like through this door?
Yeah. As you do so, this dancer holds up her hand. It seems she has this gauntlet on that magical wires kind of connect to a chess piece, and she's like,
Stop right there. Who are you? What are you doing in here?
Can I go in and hit her in the stomach?
What? What?
No.
What the Sigma? What?
Oh fuck.
roll initiative.
God damn it! Why I don't?
Well, she
that-
said freeze, so I'm assuming she's using the gauntlet for something. I'm not
I
trying.
mean-
I'm not trying to like beat them over or kill them. I'm trying to just do one thing. So
Who
Natural
do
20.
we know who has a fancy
Damn.
magic gauntlet?
Eloise,
Oh
perhaps?
shit! I also got a nat 20.
Are we all rolling initiative?
Yes.
I mean,
Oh,
yeah.
Shart. Okay, I
figured
didn't know
you
we
would.
all were.
That's sick. Your initiative is slightly
I got a
faster.
9.
Or
I
slightly
gotta
better than
roll,
mine,
hold
though.
on. 11.
Okay, Sana, go ahead and make an attack.
16 to hit.
That hits.
Guys, I have a feeling
Have to
this
roll the
might not be
highest
funny.
11. My main goal is to just stunning strike. That's all.
Yeah, 11 damage. She takes that.
12 saving point con save.
She fails.
All right, I just continue walking then.
She's like, fuck.
Aaron's just following Sana through the room. She is not worried about this woman.
I'm gonna
who-
close the door behind me.
I love how we just walk in here. We see one woman who says, "Hey, what are you doing here?" And you said to fucking punch her.
Well, she's in the way.
Balthazar, sliding under the table is this person in the wooden mask that then wraps a snake-like body around you.
Oh.
And you hear the person that was just paralyzed
Could have warned you about that.
as Balthazar, you get dealt 16 damage,
Holy shit.
Ouchie.
an additional 22 damage as it then shatters through the wooden mask to bite onto your shoulder.
I'm on 12 health. I'm gonna need
You
a
should have gotten your armor.
mother.
As it's revealed to be a Yawn Tea.
Really? I didn't guess that from the fangs and the.
What?
in their snake-like body.
It's just a big snake hiding.
I sort of assumed when the descriptor word when they walked out the room was slithered. I'm not gonna lie.
This room, it seems like it's a bit of a relaxed sitting room. In the middle there is a bonsai tree. There's a comfy chase lounge. There's a harp
I'm
off
not
to the
very
side.
relaxed.
There's a staircase going up, and the railings are made of interweaving vines with a plaque on the base of the stairs that says "Take your leaves." Son, I know this to be a way that a lot of servants go. Some of them take their break in here, but we're gonna go back to Shello in initiative here.
I would like to run over. I have to dash either way to do anything, so I guess I'm just going to walk over here.
Hey, bud.
And that's my turn. Or I'll heal Balthazar. I might as well.
But how much?
Oh, it's a lot. 4.
Let's go.
That is more than
Thanks,
he
bud.
had
Ken
before.
Sana, what are you doing now?
I'm seeing mouthy bath salts.
So,
Am I doing like a silly little like acrobatics to like quickly get over this?
Yeah, go and make an acrobatics check.
23.
Yeah, just perfectly swinging through the branches, coming out the other side.
As I come down, I'm just gonna like out of the tree and kind of just lean forward, kind of spinning, and like imagine like like Sonic's homing attack, but with a stick in my hands to smack the guy.
Not the bonk stick.
14.
Misses.
As I hit the ground, like the ground with my stick, I'm gonna like quickly glance up and then just sweep my leg and kick it in the ribs if I can.
Okay, yeah, go and make another attack.
9.
Also misses. This guy's like slippery and like moving its body around and kind of going around Balthazar, constricting him a bit.
With my bonus action, since I have since if I make 2 martial arts attacks, I can get 1 extra.
Go ahead.
So not just a normal unarmed strike, nothing fancy. Fuck. And
Just unable to get this person.
kind of, I miss my punch and I kind of wobble, like stand up, kind of a wobble, and I kind of like grab the bottom of my mask, pull it forward, and you just see puke just fall out, like just a little bit from all the spinning in the tree. And then I just regain my my senses, and that'll be my turn.
So, would I be able to hop over this thing as well? Because it's only 20 feet anyway. That's not where I meant to drag myself to, but that works. Yeah, that's within 10 feet. You know what? I do have 4 charges. I'm gonna rage.
Alright, roll a d12.
1. Which one's 1? I can't remember.
Shadowy
Wait.
tendrils lash around you.
Fuck yeah. I love the shadow.
He has to make a
Cello.
constitution.
Shallow winces.
He fails the constitution,
No, I'm sorry.
so go ahead and roll a d12 for necrotic damage. Then do a second d12 for your temp health.
8 for the damage, and you know what? I'm perfectly fine with that. As long as it wasn't the other way around, I don't care.
1 temp HP.
Bless Halberd.
Alright,
Because I don't care about cutting through the snake's tail. Does a 25 hit?
definitely hits him.
17
Ooh,
damage,
17, yeah. You like slash through him after Sana misses a bunch of attacks. You just hop over the table and cut right through him, blood kind of getting on the Balthazar.
Gross.
You're welcome. Oh, that's worse. 13.
13 misses, unfortunately. She's good now. She's going to kind of run up, use this gauntlet she has to try to spray some ice onto this guy. We'll take this guy out and then we'll figure out what to do here. Balthazar, what are you doing?
So I'm close. I only really have my braces I jumped on. I'm going to cast Frostbite twice.
Okay.
So 12 first time.
He fails
And
both of them, so yeah, he takes all of this damage. You actually do quite a bit with that. This dancer just throws one of his shoulders, and you come in with 2 more that do even more to him, seemingly, like making the entire like side of his body facing you like icy looking.
Unfortunately, I can't really do much. Like, I guess I can cast Hold Person. Yeah, I'll cast Hold Person on the silly snake guy.
What's the DC for that?
The DC is a Wisdom 13.
They save.
Fuck. Never mind. I won't cast hold. Okay. Well, then that's my move.
Getting in my way.
He's actually going to try to rip both Balthazar and Sana's masks off. Both of you make strength checks.
Nat fucking 20. 3.
Rips off Sana's mask and throws it onto the ground.
I know one of your faces.
And at that, the dancer in the back is like, "What the fuck? It's you all?"
I fucking knew it.
Balthazar turns around and goes, "Well, it's so kind of you to join us."
This snake is going to snap past Balthazar and Sana to bite at Mherren.
Shit.
Oh, actually gets a natural 20.
Does that
I hope he
hit?
dies. I'm gonna kill him.
no.
I'm gonna
You
rip him in
have-
half.
You
With my
have
bare
resistance
hands.
because of rage, right?
Depends on the type of
So that'll
damage.
be
It's not
11
funny. Oh.
piercing damage. Or sorry. Oh yeah, 11 piercing damage and 15 poison damage for a total of 26 there.
Okay, so I take all of the poison, and then I take 5 of the piercing.
Yes.
You fools cannot stop our power and influence. The Cotton Jar Mombasa Alliance has ingrained itself into the Caecilians, and we will ensure our fangs seep into the north. You will not stop me from killing this man, Neith.
And then he's going to try to slide away. Do either of you take opportunity attacks?
Yes.
And get an opportunity
Yes,
attack?
Mherren
I
also
can-
has action- opportunity
do
attack
I?
action. Yeah,
Oh,
because
this
you're
guy's an
ranged, your weapon's
idiot.
in range.
This guy's fucking.
I think I can only do unarmed strike at the moment,
Yes.
so that's fine. I'll just give him a punch.
14.
15.
15 is its armor class, so both of you miss. Mherren, you were able to hit
24.
him. Go ahead and roll damage for that.
Okay, 12. That's not
You
bad.
slash into his back, and he is looking pretty bloodied up and bad from this, but he's like,
You try as you might, but I am quicker, and you will not catch me before I put my dagger into Gerard.
he begins sliding up the stairs, and these vines on either side of the railings quickly latch onto the Yanti's wrists, and as he lets out a scream, their bodies completely ripped in half, carcass sliding back down the stairs, no pool of blood.
Grody.
That's crazy.
Sorry. That's a really...
And then, who you all have pieced together is Eloise in the back, is like, okay, now since we all know each other now, I guess, I wanted to say there was a secret to getting up the stairs. I was going to just let that snake go through, but I couldn't get a word out. I heard the waiters and such of the party saying something about taking their leave. But first, what are you all doing here?
We're
Really?
here for Gerard.
I'm here for Gerard. I didn't show up to the docks yesterday. That's because I decided to go to the back entrance of the castle first to sort of do a stakeout before we took the carriages there, just in case to see security and the like. But while there, I was able to get an in as a dancer here in disguise, and I was going to sneak in, and but I didn't expect you all to be here.
And you didn't think to use the sending stone that you had to let us know.
Listen, you all didn't tell me you were coming here. I didn't tell you I was coming here. We can just put that behind us now that we're all here.
We have something
And-
more important to focus on.
What are your intentions with the Neith?
I wanted to first speak to Gerard, but in all honesty, I was probably going to kill him.
Awesome.
We
Not
do
happening.
need him to be alive tonight, unfortunately.
For what?
We have many items for which to track.
I didn't want this snake assassin getting to him because I'm sure they have some plan. I wanted to be the one to kill him myself, but what's the benefit to putting a tracker on him opposed to just killing him?
It's better in the long run if he stays alive. It gives us more of a chance to prepare.
I want to produce the ring of tracking that was
Alright.
given to us by the Nox.
We desperately need this. Would be beneficial for us as a connected group.
Make a persuasion check at advantage.
Okay, that's not good. Well, can I hold on? Can I re-roll one of those? Can I use a point to re-roll one of those?
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll again with your point.
Okay.
Since it's the whole roll, go ahead and roll advantage again.
Okay. Oh, okay.
15.
What, do I have to roll something else?
Yeah,
now?
go ahead and roll a d100.
Okay.
What the
That's
sigma?
ridiculous.
That's crazy.
I got a fucking 9.
That's pretty good.
Thanks.
You all see that after Shello says this to Eloise, his head kind of twitches for a moment, and then his whole body starts to glow.
Our
Just
aunt
like-
is glowing.
Just like a shimmering white aura surrounds him. And she's like, "What is that? What are you doing? Is that part of the tracking?"
No, this is not the tracking.
Chat, is our aunt supposed to glow?
No.
I'm just trying to help you understand what we need.
Does someone have his manual? What's going on?
Okay, you all clearly have some sort of magic and plan with these rings. I do suppose that if we're able to track him, it may be beneficial as killing him outright and then replacing him with someone else. We could probably use the tracking a bit more to follow him, to sort of take the Colosseum down.
I'll just trust your all's plan, but I hope it works because that man, I was going to kill him tonight anyway. They're seeing the whole city, how wasteful they are with their magic items and resources. He's at the forefront of that with his beneath enterprises. Anyone ruling Lupinpine would be better than him. So I hope putting my faith in you is the correct decision. I hope this plan of yours goes well.
The thing is, that staircase, I believe that triggering it may alert the guards. I'll stay back. I'll keep an eye on this door. Try to delay them as best I can, but I'll let you know if they get by me.
Can I grab a leaf from the tree?
Yeah.
Eloise just said that if it triggers, it'll alert the guards.
It already triggered.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's why she's
We need to
keeping
get
watch.
move on.
Eloise is like, wait, just 1 second. That mask, it's some sort of magical disguise thing, right?
Yeah.
Throw it here. I could use this to create a better diversion.
I toss it like a frisbee to them.
Our success in Lupinpine depends on you now. Good luck.
All of you, grab a leaf.
I'm going to cast Disguise Self. Probably as another guard. I would have seen.
No, I'm not even going to say anything to you. I'm just going to walk up with my leaf in hand.
Leaves in hand, you guys kind of hesitantly go up the stairs as you're not quite sure if you're right, but then once you take a step and start going up, passing the blood trail down, you realize that this is probably the correct thing, and then finish your way. You all get to another floor, and there's a whole bunch of hallways and whatnot. Sana, make an intelligence check, Sana.
It's -2. 12.
Some of these hallways look a bit familiar to you, but you're honestly not sure. You're usually kind of being led around here. You're not really navigating these halls yourself.
As I take a step back, like confident and determined, knowing where I'm leading the group, as I gaze upon the halls, I kind of just get taken aback, remembering the times I've been here before, and I kind of start just kind of getting lost in thought a little bit, just not fully paying attention.
You feel fairly confident you're going in the right way, but then you start to feel a little bit lost, and a few minutes go by, and you're still not really near any place you think is correct. You open like a door and it's like a storage closet, and you're like, oop, not that one. And you keep going. Who has the sending stone? It's Eloise.
I do.
You hear,
Bad news, guys. They're alerted even more than I thought they would be, and I think they're on your way.
Shart.
Sana's kind of moving quickly now because she's kind of panicking a little bit, being lost. You guys end up down a hallway, but you start to hear the sound of marching on the other side of the hallway around a corner.
This is not ideal.
Is there a door near us, like a room?
Yeah, you spot one door in this hallway, but then you also start to hear some marching echoing down the hall from behind you as well.
We gotta hide. And I'm gonna try opening the door.
Okay. Roll another intelligence check. This time you can do it at advantage.
14 is the higher one.
Okay, now you're going into this room, and it's starting to look a bit more familiar. It's not like the You were trying to get to some meeting room, but you end up in a room that you don't expect, but you recognize it. It has like a bunch of bookshelves, library books and whatnot. A lot of them are like strewn across the ground and just like very unorderly. And there's a desk across the way. There's a big grand piano, a fireplace in here. You recognize this as a study of some kind.
I want to just kind of walk to the center of the room, just getting out of the doorway so the others can flood in. Just observing the area.
As you begin to notice where you are, you kind of freeze up because you don't have fond memories within this room. This appears to be the king's study. There's also a statue on the other side of the wall, another one of Corellin reading a book. There's a big stained glass window on one side by the fireplace, and by the piano there's another stained glass window. And it seems more trash since last you were in here with all these books on the ground. Give me a perception check.
12. With each glance, each darting of my eye, I kind of just get like a flashback, and I start hyperventilating a little.
As far as you can tell, this room seems empty. You don't hear any movement or see anyone. Or those of you by the door, you hear the marching grow louder. The marching kind of ends at the door, and you kind of freeze up for a moment thinking you're about to be caught, but then you hear someone on the other side say,
But you know we're not allowed in there, just leave that room be.
That's so dumb of them. Love that.
and
Have your group stay here to keep watch, make sure no one else passes through. We'll check the next wing. Alert us if you see anything.
Let me fill these guys.
We can't go back out where we came.
Definitely not.
We'd be surrounded
think-
instantly.
The first plan of attack is we have time.
Can't go back.
No, we can't.
Anna's in the center of the room, just breathing, picking up.
And check out the fireplace. Any sort of like hidden, anything that could be hidden, like a hidden lever or something, a hidden button, something.
What would I be able to check out the Corellin statue?
yeah, both of you go ahead and make investigation checks.
Please go well. Fuck you, game.
16.
The fireplace, you don't see anything special there. However, the fire is currently lit. Balthazar, this statue, it's kind of like half body that's like against the wall. Looking at it, the book that he's reading is this, you see that's a holy book. It actually has the same front cover as the book Shello found in the party earlier, and some of the books on the floor and the shelves have the same cover as well. The depiction of Corellin, it's similar to the big one you saw on the balcony, obviously much smaller, but Corellin is just this beautiful looking elven man, and it's a very nice statue. A lot of these things in this room are very nice, which makes the disorderly nature of the books and such on the ground a little more strange.
I want to walk towards the side of the room with the door. Gather by me.
Okay. Wait,
Okay.
She's kind of just taking deep breaths. There's no way out of this room, but I'm gonna pull out the key, the teleportation key, and it's 100 gold, right?
Yeah.
What?
I'm gonna grab 100 gold, just drop it on the ground,
Okay.
and then start making the teleportation circle.
Sana,
You
what are you
turn
doing?
the key into the ground, and these blue lights kind of emanate from the floor, and the teleportation circle begins to activate. I believe it takes 10 minutes though.
Pebble, we are in the strongest stronghold in this country, this continent, and we're in the king's private room. We are not escaping this mess. We are lucky to even have this. We need to get out now.
What about Gerard?
What can we do? We can't leave this room. Gerard's not in here. Just take our losses. We failed.
Anna, look, this spell, teleportation, takes 10 minutes.
That's why we start it now. The
Yes.
sooner we're out of here, the better.
Give me a moment. We look around.
You have 10 minutes.
Okay. Balthazar's going to go back to the statue.
Okay.
And I want to see if I can make out on the spine of the book if I can make out any title.
Do you speak Elvish?
No. Wait, but hold on. I have comprehend languages. Wait, actually, I can't. It takes 10 minutes. Shit.
Well, so do you know? Are you aware of the fact that multiple people know Elvish in the room with you?
Yes, one of them doesn't want us to be here, so I'm not going to
Okay,
convince
one of them
her.
doesn't.
Just
Okay.
announce, just say, hey, this has Elvish on it. Can you read this? That is all it takes. It takes
So
less than
it's
10
literally-
seconds.
It's
That's
not
too
hard.
simple. Mozzie can't do that.
Yeah, he
Oh
has
my
to make
God.
he has to use some spell.
I need to be difficult.
He's a fireball.
You're
Yeah, just
already
use
different.
fireball.
That's true. If I would make a quick work of this book.
I killed the team.
Does anyone here know what this says?
I'm just going to say yes in Elvish, not looking up.
I'll give it a look.
From what you can tell, it actually doesn't seem like the title of a book. It's more of like one of those like sayings that statues sometimes have on them. It says, "Uplift thy people's spirits to Elysium."
Can you say that in Spanish? I don't know what that means.
Balthazar's going to look for any books in and around the fireplace for anything that would match studies of the Elder text.
The books aren't really near the fireplace. They're more towards these bookshelves, or a little bit closer to the where the teleportation circle is now by the door. But go ahead and make an investigation check.
Fuck.
Natural 1. This takes you quite a bit of time.
And so I'm going to just stand up and kind of pace a little bit.
Well, sir, this is taking you like minutes to go through all these books. It's very disorganized. You're getting studies of the gods, studies of the heavens. Eventually, you find a book that seems to have the same cover as the one that the statue is reading. However, the contents do not seem to relate at all. They just seem to be like a scripture book, and you see some more books that have like the same cover. It seems to be a common cover with the symbol of Corellin, which is like a burning star.
With Balthazar taking that long, how much time would have passed with him taking that long to search?
The teleportation probably has like a couple minutes still.
Come on.
As you grab that book off the shelf, though, like a bunch of others tumble out, causing more of a mess onto the ground. Balthazar, you're really focused, not really noticing this, but the rest of you are noticing that Balthazar is making even more of a mess, knocking things over as he goes around. While you're all waiting, you do begin to notice that there's a few chests in this room. There's some paintings on the wall, kind of look like the one in the party, depicting deities. There's some gold littered around the room and a big pile on a table, as well as a like champagne bottle on that table and a few glasses. Another glass by the desk across the room near the statue, as well as some other things seeming on that desk that you can't really see from over by the door. However, you all do know that once the 10 minutes is done, the teleportation activates, and if you're not on the circle, you will be left here. Is anyone doing anything else?
I will, I guess, give up and go back to the circle.
Shit. Okay.
The funny thing is that as soon as you step on the circle now, you all hear a grinding in the back of the room and the statue moving.
Damn it. Wait, everyone get off the
You
circle.
still technically
right now.
have a couple minutes.
Everyone get off
or
the
like
circle.
a minute or two.
You hear this grinding at the back of the room, the statue Krellin moving, and behind it, a few surprised faces, one of which says, "It seems we have company." No, Rosane, it's fine. This person that's first holds up a hand to the hulking war general behind him. This looks like the person that was staring down the dragon bust. A few people also begin walking out of the shadows along with this man and the person in front, one of which is Dragon Deez in his very white, proper suit, kind of straightening his ties. He walks out. There's also some knights, about 3 of them, but the first person that walked out continues.
No need for violence, Roseanne. This is a welcome sight. Sana Phelan's finally returned.
I will take 1 foot off the portal, stepping forward, shooting the sharpest dagger out of my eye. Don't say my name.
You all see that this person is the one in the gold mask, the long white beard. It's the king that gave the speech earlier. He's looking at Sana and he's taken aback for a moment, then looks at all of you still on the teleportation.
With her, I only assume are the escaped fighters. We expected a ransom, but to see you bringing my dear Sana back sure is a surprise.
Mherren also steps off of the...
Don't. I'm glaring at you, but my eyes are pleading.
May I cast invisibility on myself?
After Shello just goes invisible, he puts up his hand and is like,
No need for the arcanery. If it's gold you're after, we can reward you handsomely. Simply walk back out that door and any earthly desire will be yours.
Balthazar, continue the spell.
Stop. Now. No matter what any of you do, it won't work. Please. Please. And that I look directly Mherren into the eyes. Stand down. Just continue the portal.
Sana.
I want to then turn my back and face the king and walk forward. I am sick of you and everything you have done to me. You are a fucking monster. A monster. Holding back tears. Do you realize how horrible you are?
he puts his hand up to his mouth and he's like,
Sana, last I saw you, you were such a soft and delicate girl. My old eyes are blessed to gaze upon you and you speak to me in this manner.
Soft? Delicate? I guess that's what you like about them, huh? Easy to do whatever you want to, huh?
Just stop and come with me. I'll give you an even larger wedding than what was planned. The whole continent can celebrate our matrimony.
What delusional mind do you have to think I want this?
I simply want your heart, Sana. Then together we can usher in a new era to this continent. This
my
soul.
Heart? You took more than my heart. You took my life, my childhood, everything I've held dear from me.
Just come with us and I will show you heaven on earth. It will be good. Just trust me. It's what we want.
I start kind of more guttural breathing, and then I look back at the party, and I just take a deep breath, and I just calm down. You know, I wanted to do this for so long. Guys, thank you. And then I'm gonna rush in and punch the king.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Okay, you don't need to roll initiative because he's not
that old?
No, he's not gonna fight back. So just go ahead and make an attack.
You. And then I'm gonna start hitting a couple more, then I'm gonna roundhouse, kick him into the side. Are a monster. You don't deserve me. You don't deserve anyone. You deserve to rot in the deepest lair of hell. And then I'm gonna just keep hitting his side, his chest, his legs, his arms, and
you can just roll damage. Gerard is looking
11 for
very
the first
surprised. He begins stepping forward, then Roseanne just puts out an arm in front of him to stop him.
4 for the second hit. And then I am no longer afraid of you, though. I am no longer afraid. And then I'm gonna like hit him in the knee, bring him to 1, and then just smack him square in his face.
Okay, he's pleading. He's like, please stop. As you're hitting him, he crunching his body up a bit, and he seems very small compared to you, even though he's taller than you. Please, just listen to reason. We can make this continent good.
I'm kind of in awe right now. I'm not really sure
I am
what
also
to...
like kind of speechless. Miriam's kind of
kill
at
you.
the ready just in case anything happens, but she is just watching.
I've learned to kill, and I gladly take your life, and I will celebrate it. I throw the punch.
Donna, don't. You know, I've lost people. This is not the way about it.
It's not the same, Balthazar.
It's not. But if she does this, she's signing her own death warrant.
I've already killed people. Getting rid of him will fix so many issues.
This is not the way.
I'm sorry, Balthazar. But I have to. I have to.
It's okay.
As long as he lives, I cannot.
It's okay, son. Do what you have to.
If there's no further objections, I will plant.
He's just muttering.
My
He's
fist.
like, please, stop.
Does he have a mask on still?
Yeah,
from the mask?
he still has a mask. Are you doing your...
I'll punch him
next
square into the mask and pushing so far, hoping to crack and push through to his face.
Okay, yeah, you plant this punch directly into his face. He's kind of looking down a bit because he's so crumpled into himself at this, kind of shaking. You have to kind of like uppercut him to get him, but you punch through this, cracking the mask that like falls down his face.
I did have a suspicion that you weren't taken, but willingly left, but there's no more need to run. Either way, I wouldn't let you escape.
As he takes your hand, and as a noble woman, not used to dirtying your hands, they were probably once very soft last time he took your hands into his. But now being on the run, fighting, as you said, you've killed now. They're more calloused and rough and feel stronger, and you're not physically as weak. So for that reason, it's even more surprising when your fingers, the muscle and bone in your whole hand crumples like paper in this old man's fist.
Oh, I just screech.
You take about 20 damage from that.
Okay, Pebble stepping out of the circle and
Yeah.
As you do so, we're gonna have to roll initiative.
Yeah, that's fine. Mherren is out of this circle. She was already towing the line. She's out.
Balthazar, stop the portal.
Don't stop.
We're not gonna leave you here, Sana.
Run, please.
You should know we don't run and leave people behind.
It's
Then
fine
we'll
by
all
me.
die.
He's grabbing onto your
That was
hand,
intense.
blood kind of spilling to the floor. Mherren, what are you doing?
Rage.
Okay, go ahead and roll a d12.
That like got my heart pumping, man. What's 7? Please be the teleport one. I would like the teleport one. I don't know what 7 is. Fuck! It's difficult terrain. That's fine. That actually, you know what? That's fine. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, the wood kind of splinters around you of this like floor, making some difficult terrain. And what are you doing next?
Fuck, this would be so much better if I had my longbow equipped, but we were only allowed to get our one weapon, even though I have like,
shit! I have
15 of them.
armor on. Fuck.
Well, that's 40. That's not close enough though. So Huh. Okay, well, this is fine.
Are you moving?
Yes.
As you try to step out of the portal, you clank into something cold. You are surprised by abruptly not being able to walk out of the portal. You're just bumping into something.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna recklessly swing my fucking halberd then.
Okay,
If it's breakable, I'm gonna fucking break it. Yes. I'm just gonna, like, swing in front of me wherever I felt a resistance and, like, something boxing me in. I am going to try to swing at it. 12. Eesh.
12, you swing your halberd recklessly, you don't hit anything.
I'm doing it again. Dirty 20.
This time, however, you strike into something and see some blood spray onto the ground. Roll damage.
But it's 14 damage in total. This is awful. I'm so scared.
Then, coming out of etherealness, is this elven knight standing right in front of you, sword up.
Try me.
I'm seeing Mama Bear come out.
I'm gonna murder this man. Fuck, dude.
The king feels Sana's blood kind of drip down his wrist, and his hand kind of lights up with this golden ray that he then slashes into Sana.
Fuck.
The 20 does hit.
Oh, yes.
So that'll be 16 damage to you.
Fuck.
Still up. I just do another blood curdling scream.
I think we might be underleveled for fighting the literal king. I'm a little worried, chat.
My eyes just... Like, no, they just get small.
I swear to God, dude.
We're so porked.
Dude, I'm gonna
So
freak
bad.
the fuck out.
After getting you with this light beam, he's going to reach his hand out towards those of you on the portal, directing his words towards Mherren.
It's pointless.
As he casts Power Word Stun on you.
Fuck.
Mherren, you completely freeze up and you can do nothing currently.
Motherfucker!
Pebble, what are you doing?
Well, first of all, shitting myself. Second of all, I'm gonna go ahead and come to the right of this guy and attack him with my longsword.
You find that all you can go is the space below him as you clank into something.
Oh. Okay. Alright. Okay. I don't have any... I don't have any smites prepared because I didn't think we'd be fighting.
You always have a smite prepared as a paladin. It's in your features.
I straight up do not see it.
This is not this is not the interaction to forgetting that.
No, I literally... Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is.
Divine
Okay, I'm
Smite,
gonna use...
it is
Look at
your
your
feature of a paladin.
Look
My
at your
bad.
gender, it might tell you.
I'm just a girl. Okay, I'm gonna attack him with a smite. Fucking does a 9 hit.
No, you miss with that.
Okay, does a 16 hit.
Also misses.
God fucking damn it!
You just kind of hit his sword and he pushes you back. And this knight is like,
The king will get to you in a moment.
God damn it. I don't really know I can't really do anything else. Wait,
Oh
that would
my
have been...
God.
Hold on, wait. I've used 2 attacks. I'm going to use... Oh, fucking... I can't use Sanctuary on Sana because her turn is in 2 fucking... All of my spells are things that I thought would be useful outside of combat. No, I don't...
Guys, I think I bit off more than I can chew.
You
I
reckon?
also think that,
Oh!
yeah.
Oh, what gave it away?
which actually
Please don't
before
fall.
Sana, he's going to use a legendary action.
Motherfucker.
Oh fuck.
He's going to let go of Sana's hand, and Sana, you hold your fist up, and it's the gore that you see is unrecognizable to what was once there.
Oh my God.
But he takes his bloodied hand and kind of slowly taps it against his tongue, and then closes his eyes, and then opens his eyes again, and his eyes kind of glow a golden hue as you all kind of feel the ground kind of rumble a bit.
Fuck.
God fucking damn it, dude.
And you all in the portal, you see across the room, the wood kind of splinters and golden rays are kind of coming in through the windows. Even though it seems to be nighttime, it's almost like the light of the sun as the floor on the other side of the room begins to rise. The king says,
"Oh, fuck."
Light blaring through the stained glass windows.
A god creates time, but a king creates an era.
I see my hand. I hear him talk. I grit my teeth. You are no god or king. And I'm going to just throw a punch with my other hand. 25.
He tilts his head.
Something new then.
He catches your fist in the air and crushes that one as well.
I screech.
Why did you think that was so...
And I
staring down at you now, he's kind of straightened out his body to look down at you, and he's just kind of laughing.
Trying to reel from the pain. I try kicking him in the side with...
Okay, go ahead and make another attack.
Natural 20.
Okay, that one will hit. His skin is like this weird gray, but no, he's not like a dark elf or anything. He just has like this lack of pigmentation. His eyes are kind of like red at the edges, but his pupils seem gray as if he's blind. His face kind of twitches in spots and looks a little bit droopy in other areas as he cracks this like smile showing like bloody gums. You just do a measly amount of damage to him.
I do 22. That's a crit though.
As
I
you do
rolled max
measly
damage.
Amount of damage to him. He seems to be unflinching.
We're so fucked.
This is gonna be rough.
We're not here to defeat him, we're here to get Sana back.
Did someone say TKO?
It's TPK. And Son, are you doing anything else?
TKO, like no, I meant like the
does he still
Jackbox
have me
game.
grappled like by my hand?
No, he's not holding you anywhere.
My hands just bloodied, mutilated. I stare him down. The fear returning to my eyes. The anger still boils within me though. And I fear what may happen if he gets an opportunity to attack on me. So, out of desperation, I'll flurry of blows.
Okay.
First kick, 10.
That misses.
I lose balance. My arm's too much in pain to wave around. I go in for the second. I get mad and I throw in one of my arms at him. 20.
That'll hit.
7. I'm gonna fucking headbutt him.
Your forehead starts bleeding.
This is futile. Stunning strike.
Okay, he's gonna use a legendary resistance to ignore that.
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Sucks.
I feel like I would have just as much use to the team if I passed my turn. I
Also
cannot
got
reach them.
Balthazar, who's got
Can you not
Balthazar is
attack the guy?
also weak. Hello.
This is 60. What are you gonna do?
I have 16 health.
And?
A dream.
You could use your turn to heal someone.
You could also heal me.
instead of passing
I'm
the
missing
turn.
a bit of HP too.
Selfish ass wizard.
I mean,
I'm just saying, I'm going to put myself very much in harm's way.
I
Do what you think is best.
Yeah.
what I think is best is ending my turn. I'll cast Healing Word. Wait, if I use Healing Word, can I use a different spell? Because Healing Word is a bonus action.
Healing Word is a spell. You can only use one spell a turn.
Cool. I'll use Healing Word on Mherren.
Wonderful.
13.
Okay, that's really, really good. Okay, that brings me up to almost back to max.
That's good.
Well, I'm going to move up here.
As you try to move that way, you feel like a sharp pushing back at you, kind of thrusting you back.
That's fine. I'm going to use Misty Step.
King holds up his hand, says,
Wait there.
Cast Counterspell.
Motherfucker! That's absolutely fine.
It would do you better to get on your knees and bow.
I know this is kind of a hot take, but I don't like this guy.
I'm going to kill him or I'm going to die by him.
I think we should let Sana do the final blow, personally, but...
If we get to that point, yeah.
if we even get to that
If I have
point.
hands, I might be a two-legged
You can
monk.
kick him. You can kick him.
I've got somewhat of an idea.
Remember how I said I was going to transform into a kangaroo in the beginning?
Oh my god!
I didn't mean it literally.
Can I move? I'm going to use some more movement to go over to Pebble.
Okay.
Hi.
Am I able to look in the bag of holding? Is that going to take a full action?
It'll take an action to do so.
And grab... I'm going to pull out the figurine of the Wondrous Power, one for the Golden Lions. Is using it going to be able to hit, or is it because it's an action?
If it says that using it is an action, you cannot do it this turn.
Yeah, okay, so I'll end my turn then.
Okay, yeah, you grab these statues from the bag of holding, ready to toss them to create lions to fight for you, and that bring us back to Mherren.
Who would win, one king or a billion lions?
That's so dumb.
One lion or a billion kings.
Fuck. Well... Oh, technically my rage is still on, huh? Because I attacked sick. Okay. I use Form of Dread.
And Mherren sprouts wings in her rage, seeing Sana up here, turns into this nasty, creaturous form.
So that'd be 5 temp HP. Wonderful.
You are still stunned under the spell, though, so while you're able to snap these wings out, some scales forming on your body, using your bonus action, you're struggling to move your arms and swing your weapons, just sort of gritting your teeth in anger, unable to fight back and push yourself to save Sana in this instance. But at the end of your turn, go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw to try to break out of the spell's grasp on you.
God fucking damn it.
21.
You're able to power through it just by pure will. You're just able to get past the DC, surprisingly, because you were trying your hardest. You just managed to get out of it. However, that happens at the end of your turn. So just as you snap out of it, the king then grabs Sana by the neck and lifts her off the ground and starts walking forward.
Oh, I'm not moving that, guys.
He sort of holds Sana over this 30 feet or so up in the air. He's just kind of holding Sana over the ledge by the neck.
King Ainair, more like King I don't care. Hey, up top.
You should. My life's on the line.
Oh.
You dare strike me, your superior?
It looks behind at the rest of you on lower down.
All of your superior. You fools could never hope to reach the power of mine.
From his forehead, a small trickle of this like golden liquid is like dripping down from this cut that kind of drips onto the ground as he looks down at it.
Yes, you did succeed, making me bleed. Single drop of blood.
So, gods can bleed.
He's just kind of squeezing your neck.
This all could have been avoided. As I said, you simple girl. All I need is your heart.
And he puts his other hand through Sana's chest. You feel a striking pain as he then rips out your still beating heart.
What the fuck?
My head just falls limp. My arms fall to my side.
Does she live? She lives, right? Like she's fine.
He tosses the heart back to Drod Neath behind him, blood staining his white suit. King says,
Get this on ice and make sure it gets to Bottle B. Now, we advance to the Empyrean. When he lets go of the grasp around Sana's neck, her body will fall to you all. Mherren breaking out of her stun just in time to catch Sana. And he is about to just turn away and leave, but then he'll stick out his hand in your all's direction. For a second, ignites with the brightest golden light you've all have ever seen, just as with a magic sizzle before his attack reaches you. You're all teleported out of there.
Ooh, buddy.
However, as your vision fades back after this blinding light, you notice this is not your apartment. Your head's kind of ringing. You're traveling at what seems like light speed, carried by a magical aura.
I really wish you guys could see my face right now.
Balthazar,
I've gone through so many emotions.
You would recognize this as traveling through some kind of plane of existence. What should take a millisecond is for some odd reason delayed through this teleportation. Right now, Sana's body is still warm in your hands, and it seems her life is fading.
I am unmoving, just staring up. As you grab me, my diary will come loose and fall to my chest. And then the life in my eyes and the light and the sparkle that shone in there will just turn into a dull, lifeless ball.
Mherren just sort of clutches at Sana. She holds her up like she's hugging her, just holding her, like, basically the hole in her chest now, lined with Mherren's own chest. The book, like, sort of sandwiched between them, because she's not worried about it right now. But also not letting it fall away or anything. Just keeping Sana and the book close to her. Sana, you can't. God damn it.
Pebble's definitely crying, but I can't muster myself to say anything right now because I'm also crying.
I started tearing up at first.
I am actively...
Now I'm kind of like blinded by pure rage. I understand what barbarians feel.
I am actively crying real fucking tears, and I can't roleplay right now.
Mherren, as you like hold her closer to you, you notice the flow of blood from the trench made in her chest is slowing as her body is getting colder. However, there's some sort of bright sparkles that begin to appear in this cavity where her heart once was, that sort of float up and mix with this hue shifting aura that sort of surrounds you in this teleportation, in this like extra dimensional space, glittering flow of energy that's leaving Sana's body.
Mherren's eyes follow the glimmer as it sort of shifts with the thing, but she does not really move. Only her eyes follow it. She is still clutching at Sana tightly, with her chin basically resting on the top of Sana's head. And if anything, she pulls her even closer.
You all swear you can feel a warmth wrap around your bodies like two arms, holding you close. And you can swear you heard, if only for a second, it could just be your imagination, a soft thank you. And Mherren, you swear on all the gods who ever lived, you swear her, whatever you could call her arms, you swear you felt them move like they were going in for one last hug. But you're not sure. While her body lays against your chest, lifeless. Just getting cold.
Fuck you,
I'm
P3.
so fucking mad.
Fuck you, P3.
Oh, I'm so upset.
Balthazar.
You motherfucker! You put the blood on the floor and everything. Oh.
Balthazar pulls out Aloria and releases her spirit from the conjuration. Aloria, guide her home safely. Balthazar releasing Aloria's spirit permanently from the conjuration to guide Sana's spirit to the afterlife.
Oh.
Back into your apartment's washroom, Sana's lifeless body laying in sort of a puddle of blood. The familiar then also fizzles out into this sort of blue aura, evaporates. You'll see that there's still this golden light coming through the window. Even though it's nighttime, it's almost like the sun is out, except it's much more gold, almost sinisterly illuminating part of the room.
I'm so fucking upset.
You killed a good kid.
Pebble's sobbing.
Can everyone but P3 deafen for a moment?
Yeah.
As this concept of Sana's consciousness drifts away, she meets another, and she says, I always wanted a sister. As she giggles off, running hand in hand with this girl down into the bright light ahead.
Also, Shello stops glowing.
Wait, I'm so confused. Why was Cello glowing? What? What the fuck?
Thank God he's not glowing. That would have ruined the moment if Shello was glowing the whole time.
Seems like a perfect spot to end the session.
Fuck
Oh,
you.
fuck you.
Fuck you. I'm so upset.
I'd like
Does
to,
anyone have a revivify spell scroll, please?
I would like to
dude.
thank you all for this opportunity as a guest.
Just stop.
Thank you.
Stop.
And
P3, I need you
my
to
leave.
stop.
We
Thank
get
you.
some comments down in the video thanking P3 for joining. No, fuck the overlay.
Oh, fuck, he's ready to go. Fuck. Okay.
In the next session, we will be dealing with the aftermath.
Why did you